Fancy lad.
Fancy lad.
Fancy lad.
Podcast. Fancy lad.
Fancy lad.
Podcast. Gonna talk to my friends. Gonna share a
Fancy
thought.
lad.
Gonna have a laugh. That's what I
Fancy
thought.
lad.
Fancy lad.
Fancy
Fancy
lad.
podcast. Fancy lad. Fancy lad
Fancy lad.
podcast.
And we're back on the Fancy Lad podcast
Yes, we are. We are back here.
for all our sweaty and deranged fans out there.
Yep.
Term coined by Abe Dubin. We have a very special dynamic duo. I can't think of a more iconic duo if I tried.
No, I think Bootman and Rubin, maybe.
Right, and I was thinking Gilbert and Sullivan.
Yeah.
But today we happen to have the Fiske and the Vey. Ladies and
Thanks for
gentlemen,
having us. Pleasure to be here.
the crowd's going wild.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you could see the crowd here. Well, you can see the crowd if you paid $9.99 for the Patreon and you're seeing this live feed.
That's true. And you can see the plum that Fiske is eating and getting ready to suckle on the pit quite soon.
Yeah, try not to touch everything in my room after you get plum juice all over your fingies.
The juices.
Fiske, why don't you say something and let the people know that you're here?
Hey, I'm eating a plum, and after I'm going to take the pit out and I'm going to crack it open and eat the nut that's on the inside. You can do that. Doctors say don't, but I do it all the time.
Fiske's all about eating the nut.
Yeah.
He's all about doing what the doctors don't want you to know. You know?
No, they do want you to know that you're not supposed to eat that.
Oh,
Yeah, because then they wouldn't make as much money.
Right, exactly. That's what it's all about.
dude, it's all about fucking money, man. It's like people do things just because they get paid. And that's just sad.
That is sad. That is super sad.
It's all about certain numbers, you know.
Money?
Dollars, $100. You know, do that for $1. You know, I'll do something for $1, like a trick.
Mm-hmm.
But then when somebody's like, do it for $100.
See, now you two both have a certain. Well, first of all, God, you guys go way back.
Way back.
Oh my God!
We've been friends now for 21 years.
And now,
I was like, I don't know, fucking 15 or 16.
Yeah, yeah.
and now,
I'm 2 years older than you, so.
and now it seems like Vey skates all the time but doesn't film, and Fiske never skates but he manages to film a part.
Yeah, I love that.
It's funny how that works out.
It's very funny.
The yin and the yang there.
Yeah, I just skate a lot, but I just never pull the camera or the phone out or whatever. It just doesn't really occur to me. But I love Colin because whenever he does decide to film, he does something fucking awesome. I can swear, right?
Yeah.
That's not going to hurt anybody's
Oh yeah,
feelings,
no,
right?
please do.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just don't talk about fucking awesome skateboard.
I know,
No,
seriously.
no. They're great, but
They're just not a paid advertiser on the
Yeah,
podcast.
I'm not-
Not like Clown Shoes brand
Clown
beer.
Shoes.
Clown shoes.
which is super delicious. Drinking the mango with the umlaut over the O.
Ooh.
Super good. Got to give a mad shout out to Clown Shoes Beers and Mark Weiss.
Hell
Making
yeah.
it happen.
Yell exit Mark Weiss and Clown Shoe Beers.
I've known Mark Weiss
And the
since I was a child. I met Mark when I was 11 years old. So we've been friends now for a very long time. Way before he was a beer rep.
You know him longer than Fiske?
Yeah. Yep. I
No.
met Mark at summer camp.
They call him Weiss Tang.
He was the first person that ever saw me land a 3-flip.
Now, when did
Yep.
you two meet? Here?
Colin and I?
Colin and you.
I'll
Yeah,
tell
you
you.
too.
We were. Vey used to come down for the demos because back in the day, instead of people looking at Instagram, the Coliseum skate shop would have demos. They would invite pros from California, and then we'd build ramps overnight. And Vey heard about this through the grapevine, and
Yep.
his parents would drive him down to see the pros, and it was chaos, total chaos. And then Matt Roman, owner of the Coliseum, he brought me this boy. He was older than me, and Matt Roman's like, "Take him skating." Yeah. And we just took off, fucking started skating. It was just pure skateboarding, and we skated so hard every day, always,
Yeah.
that we were just inseparable.
So
Yeah.
do you remember what demo it was?
I think we met at the Blind A-Team demo. Because
Blind
Colin
A-Team?
actually has photos of the demo, and you can see my mom in the background in some of the photos, which is pretty funny.
I was at that demo.
It's a great demo.
Yeah.
That's like,
Maybe
I
I'm in the
love
photos in the
demos.
background
You
too.
probably are. We'll have to find baby Tom. You know? Yeah, pre-beard and everything like that.
Oh no, I had a beard.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did. You had a beard when you were like 7 years old.
Yeah.
And you got to meet Rodney Mullen.
Oh,
Yeah, definitely. I got to
We're
see
gonna have,
Rodney, but that was like the second time I'd seen Rodney skate. When I saw him skate when I was a kid. They had a demo up in New Hampshire where they had like World Blind 101, and it was really funny because I got to see Rodney skate there. But then as I got older, I met a guy that actually had owned the shop, and he told me that Rodney smelled like booze when he came in, which I thought was
What?
really funny because
No
maybe he was
way.
boozing it up.
Mm.
But he
Not
did do it.
Rodney?
He did do it. He did a ton of tricks because this was like transition between when he had been a freestyler to a street skater. So this is like when he was on Plan B and everything like that. And he did the full freestyle demo at the I'm all set. Thanks for the banana. But he did the whole freestyle demo. He did all his tricks, and then he did like street skating and stuff like that. But it was a really cool demo. But then at the Coliseum when they had the blind A-team demo, that was fucking. They were so awesome to watch skate.
Jerry
I really
Sue was
loved.
there.
No, he wasn't.
I was gonna say
He was not
blind
there.
A-team.
Yeah, dude, no. Ronnie Krieger was there, and he was wearing a wig.
Gershon Mosley was there.
Gershon
Yeah,
Mosley
Gershon
was
was
there.
there.
Dude, he was so sick. And then LeVar McBride was
People
there.
were like, his sweat was dripping on the ramps, and then
Yeah.
the other pros
People were
would get
wiping
pissed
out.
at him because his sweat was like
Yeah.
making the ramp slippery and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that
Clatter
was
into a
just such a
slip and
good.
slide.
I don't know if-
such a good
yeah.
demo.
Class
But they
did Mosley's
Coliseum had the
snail
best.
trail.
That's why I initially was attracted to Coliseum because they were doing things that the other skate shops weren't doing, which was holding demos and having pros, and they were so like they knew their shit, and that's what attracted me to it because I was such a skate nerd, and I've always been a skate nerd. But like even back then, they would have the pros come in and do demos, and this was a great time to see like professional skateboarding because when you grow up in New Hampshire, where I'm from, you don't really get to see any of that stuff. So when you get to see it live, it's fucking incredible. And I got to see some of the best skating live, not only through the demos, but also the Coliseum team. But like, yeah, going down there and seeing the demos that they would have, and they were so proactive. They had like, girl chocolate demos, you know, all the world stuff, and then like, you know, Birdhouse demos. Remember how good the Birdhouse demo was? And they had Reynolds
Yeah,
and
Jerry
Dustin.
Sue showed up.
Dude,
Nice, dude.
yeah, he was there for Birdhouse.
Yeah, you guys are kind of like the Jerry Sue, Louis Barletta dynamic duo.
Yeah,
It's another dynamic duo.
those guys are great.
Fancy Lad does demos. We show up
Unannounced.
with all type of product unannounced to mostly small town skate parks.
Yeah, mostly ones around Boston.
And
Yeah,
people
mostly the
freak
JP rink.
out. We tell them our Instagram handles. I don't have one, but the kids like pull it up right there. They're like, "Is that you? That's you!" And they start whispering to their friends, "Fancy Light unannounced demo. Fancy Light unannounced demo."
Oh my god, it's an unannounced.
And then Orange, we fly Orange Man in. He moved to Baltimore. He's doing his own thing. And we fucking
Shred the fuck out of the
in
place,
unique
dude.
ways
Every
that
time.
other pros don't even think of. Jerry Sue doesn't even think of ways that we skate.
This is outside
skates in
the
a great
box,
way.
Jerry.
Yeah,
You hear that, Jerry?
Yeah, Jerry.
come up with some creative skating, Jerry. You unoriginal bastard.
Seriously.
He's just kidding.
Yeah,
He's kidding.
clearly, dude.
Obviously.
He's been riding fucking Louis' coattails for far too long.
Yeah, I know, right? Those guys, Luis. Those two guys, I love Jerry Sue. Like, remember his profile in 40120? And he was the same age as me. My friends and I were watching it, and we're like, this fucking guy is doing the best
Eric's,
shit.
Eric's first video.
Really? Great video. 40120 was the best, dude. They had some of the best shit in there. Mark Johnson profile,
Yeah.
the World Industries tour,
Yeah.
all kinds of great stuff.
Did you
That's,
meet
like, the best.
Kareem at the one of the demos?
I've met Kareem. I never met him at a demo, but I did meet him at a trade show because I skated for this company called Lethal, which is so funny because everybody
You
made.
skated for a company called Lethal?
Yeah, I skated for. You didn't know that? I skated for
Yeah,
Lethal
I'm your
because
best buddy from all these years.
and you
I-
never knew about Lethal,
No.
dude. Listen
What
to
did you do
this.
for
Get
him?
it, dude.
Do you
get
film video part?
nothing?
You never
dude,
had a
I've
video
never.
part
You
from
know,
Lethal?
dude. You know me. I don't.
What about
fucking
Fresh
film.
Jive? Or no, True Love. You had a pro
Don't
board?
even bring that
They
one
had a
up. We'll do that one later.
yeah, yeah.
Let that one build up, dude. We'll let that one percolate. But let me.
Edit that out.
Yeah, if you wanted, just on a side note, if you wanted to hear the Kareem Campbell story, it's great because I went to the ASR trade show, and you know, when you go to these things, it's pretty incredible because you get to see a lot of the people that you look up to in the videos and the magazines and stuff. And these people are larger to life to you if you're a skate fan. And then to meet Kareem Campbell was just the best. And it could not have been better because I went up and met Kareem, and this dude who owned Lethal, he's kind of a kook. He introduced me to Kareem, and he's like, this is the guy, you know, he can do these tricks and blah, blah, blah. And Kareem just looks at me and goes, yo, it's all on the love tip. And I thought that was the fucking best thing ever. I was so hyped on that. But Lethal was a pretty bad company. Brad Hayes skated for it. Great skater. Shane
Did you skate
Hill.
with Brad Hayes?
I saw him at Huntington Beach.
Did you
And
know
I
you
had a
skated for the
Lethal
same
board.
company as him?
And he was like psyched on the fact that I had a Lethal board, but I didn't bring it up.
Did you guys have some sort of unspoken like look? You know, like Freemasons, they look at each other and they just know. Did
No.
Brad Hayes just look at you and just like, and you look at him, you just.
I
knew?
don't think so.
Because you
His
both skated
eyes
for
were
the same
probably pretty
company.
closed at the time. But like, I did meet another guy later on in life that was friends with my wife, and he actually had skated for Lethal, which I thought was really funny because we probably had skated together, but I didn't remember. His name is Steve Weber. He's from Orange, California. What's up, Steve? You're rad. But
Hi, Steve.
Hey, Steve, what's up?
But yeah, you know, that was a fun time. That was like one of my first times getting product, you know what I mean? And I'll be honest with you, the graphics were so bad. They looked like there was like flames, you know what I mean? Like really corny graphics. And
going
I was
fast.
staying with PJ and Ryan and Jeremy at the time, and they were getting like really good stuff, and I had Lethal products. And we would go and trade our boards in, you know, for girl boards or whatever at the time, and nobody would want to trade with my boards. So I was just like, fuck.
Dude, flames
Stuck
are
with
sick,
these
dude.
things. Flames,
The
yeah.
Maple Hotbox logo?
Yeah, the Maple Hotbox logo is great. I loved the art direction of Maple at that time, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Snyder Man had the Hotbox graphic, and I liked Maple a lot. I thought it was a rad company, but not so much Lethal. That was not so great. But why don't we just backtrack a lot of that
Yeah,
stuff?
I want to
and go
backtrack
way
to
back.
yeah, I want
take
to
it
go
back.
back to the Coliseum because
Sure,
you know
that's where you want to
we
start.
got two pretty big figureheads here of the said shop,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
notable riders,
thank you.
and
Top riders with
Top
PJ,
riders.
Colin Fiske, Dave Vey,
Yeah.
Ryan
Isn't-
Gallant.
I still
then comes
trip.
lesser Jeremy Rogers, the B team.
Yeah, did you like-
Alexis Sablon, B team.
yeah, did
Yep.
you like
Dave Armston, he was fucking boom, killing
Dave
it.
Armston was awesome.
Fucking.
He was so great
else rode
across
to
the
the
board.
Coliseum?
Dave Armston had one of the best contest runs of all time.
where
he
he took
smoked-
the bong hit?
He smoked weed and he drank. And didn't he throw up in his run too? I can't remember if he, but I know
Legend
he
says.
he
Yeah.
smoked and
Yeah.
drank
And smoked weed.
inside of the
and
Boston Expo
puked
Center
During the run,
during
and
the
kept
run,
going.
and people were they fucking loved it because that's like real skateboarding. You're not going to see that anywhere else. You know what I mean? I thought that was one of the coolest
Security
things.
was after us for
You
a
got
while
kicked
there.
out of the contest
I remember
because
security was running
you did the
after
best
us.
trick. I think you took your helmet off and then you kick-flipped off the ramp over the guardrail, and everybody
Yeah, that shit
cheered,
was
and
like
then you got
7.5
disqualified.
Feet, 8 feet.
Yeah, that was a fucking
Shit
enormous
was like 8
kickflip.
feet, man. It's flat
Sick.
first try. Nick Dompierre looked up to me when I did it because I was a little older than him. He was there.
Nice, dude.
All right, but anyways, where do you guys want to start?
Well, I want you to start by describing to the people why the Coliseum was a magical place.
Yeah, no problem at all. I feel
No
like
drugs. That's number one,
Yeah,
actually.
that was a big thing.
Coliseum. All of the Coliseum videos when we were young,
All
no
sober.
one did any drugs ever, except for, a couple people,
Wait a minute,
like
that just
Armstrong.
contradicts
No,
exactly
no,
what
no,
you just
I'm
said.
saying. Like when we went on tours, there was no alcohol drinking.
Yeah, none of that
Smoking
stuff.
weed.
'Cause
Nobody even thought of it.
we were just
our minds were on skateboarding.
already
We weren't on
weird enough.
Yeah.
You liked going on the trips with PJ and Ryan and
Yeah.
Jeremy?
Yeah, you know what? That was like the craziest thing is because like when we would go on these trips, we would go out into different areas like Canada. For instance, we go up to Montreal and go to like Peace Park and stuff like that.
And
this is one
You
of
were
my.
kidnapped, from what I understand.
That time I did get shanghaied. I got fucking kidnapped. It was my first week in college, and I was a really
Parents
serious.
screaming. We
Yeah, I was
drove
a
off.
real serious student,
We
and
found out what happened. We were just like, Matt was
yeah.
like, peel out.
peel out.
Took him
So
to
I was
Canada.
my first week at college, and they came to pick me up, and Matt told me we're just gonna go up and we're gonna skate Manchester, New Hampshire, because I'm from New Hampshire, and it's like show us the spots. It's like cool, this is great. We'll go up there and skate, and it was the crew, And we were skating Manchester, and PJ did some unbelievable things, and as usual.
Depth rail slide at high speeds.
Yeah, that rail, like no one really even touches that thing now. He did it. It was pretty crazy, but yeah, we ended up going skating, and then we get back in the car. Session was over, or the van rather. Session was over, and we start driving, and I realized that we're not driving south, we're driving north, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And they started laughing, and I was just like, "What's going on?" And they were like, "Vey, you're not leaving." And I was like, "Dude, I got to get back to school. I have homework to do. You know, I have like all this stuff to do, all these nerd responsibilities." And they were just like, "Nah, we're going to Canada." And I was like, "Fuck, I can't get into Canada because this time I wasn't allowed to go into any other countries." I got into some trouble,
You
and
want to say what that trouble was? Or, nah.
nah, just like,
I
you
know
know,
what the trouble was, but I don't want to.
nah, it's not even.
I like hearing trouble. I just know that my good buddy Dave A was like Bart Simpson.
Yeah.
Trouble.
Yeah, I was like
So
some
he
trouble.
couldn't get into Canada because of some.
Yeah,
trouble.
some trouble.
That he
Nothing
thought.
like nothing too bad, but like bad enough to get banned from other countries. Anyways, so I was banned, and I was tripping on that because I realized that once we got to Canada, I'd be fucked, and I'd have to have my parents come pick me up, which was not good at all. Anyways, we got to the border. Everybody was getting through. I went in last to get checked in or whatever. Didn't work out. They were like, "You can't go into Canada." I was like, "Fuck." So Matt Roman stepped up as usual, and somehow, some way,
Slipped into the back
he
room.
slipped into the back room with these guys, Border Patrol, and smoothed it over Matt Roman style, and got me a visa.
He bribed him money.
Yeah, if you want to go, you know, we can leave that in quotations. But like,
Yeah.
he ended up getting me into Canada, get me a visa that was like for 2 weeks or whatever, because he explained to them that I was like there for some contest, which is totally fictional. We were there just to fuck around, and he ended up getting me that, and he got me into Canada, and I didn't have anything with me. I had nothing. Everybody else had their, gear and shit. I just had my board and clothes I had on my back, and they ended up buying me clothes and like doing all this other stuff. And
Socks.
Not only did they get
Burgers.
me in there, and we stayed in these like really fun hotels and got away with a lot of crazy shit. Crimes. And like we got into this one hotel, and PJ filled up a plastic shopping bag, filled it with water and just tied it off. Remember that, Colin? And he went out to the window and just dropped it out, and it fucking went on this car and just exploded like a bomb, and then the car alarm went off. And by that time, Southie had already rented like porn on the thing, and we got kicked out of the hotel like that. You know what I mean? Matt was probably not refunded any of his money, but we ended up just going to another hotel, and that was really nice because
And
Matt
along
really,
the way, we had to rent a van, and there was train tracks, and we hit the jump.
yeah,
And we
all four
broke
wheels
some
were
of the
like
car, but we just
3
went
feet up,
flying in there.
flying.
But the whole team inside the car.
could have died, could have
Nah,
dumped
we
that
couldn't.
one.
We just Matt Roman had it.
Yeah,
But he
anything
was
Matt
always
Roman
hitting
did
jumps
was
with,
like
with every time we got
straight
a
on
used
point.
car, we found a jump, and we went too fast.
yeah.
Too
Well, it
furious.
sounds like a
Too fast,
reckless,
too fast.
wholesome good time.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Was that we were, we weren't like doing anything too crazy, but in a sense, like, yeah, it was pretty crazy
You
in
know what? I
hindsight.
think getting away with that stuff is way easier. Just having fun, good old fashioned Bam Margera style. It's because no one had any drugs on them, so no one was paranoid. So you could
Yeah.
have crazier fun.
And also, if you're
you
not
could
on
break
drugs-
and enter,
Yeah.
you could trespass, and then like once you're doing all that shit, it's way smoother because your eyes aren't all googly and shit. So when the authority does come, you fucking can play any card you want
Yeah.
to get out of that situation.
Let
Shit.
breaking the law be your drug.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, like Bam
Gotta
Margera.
get your kicks somehow.
Yeah, that's
Or
exactly
who
what we
else
were
does
doing.
that?
Is like we would definitely go out
Like
there
our forefathers.
with that. You know what I mean? With that mentality.
So it
you know,
sounds
nothing
like
really mattered.
also, a big part of what made the Coliseum so great was let's give credit to where credit's due, Matt and Artie.
Yeah, Matt and Ari were the best, dude. They treated us way better than we deserved.
They were
Everybody.
like godfathers of
Yeah.
of street skateboarding in Boston.
Yeah,
A lot of people didn't want to admit it. They
yeah.
in
Well,
skateboarding, they were comedians, and they were like exceptionally good. Some people
Yeah.
don't choose their talents, but they were exceptionally good at like
A little cynical at times.
about
Mm-hmm.
not talking shit on people, but just like heckling. And they
Dude, some
wouldn't
people
even have
can't
done
handle
it
the
other
truth.
than because they can have so much fun and get everybody to laugh so much at it. So then it like becomes addicting. But
Yeah.
deep down, they love everybody in skateboarding. but just that's the thing in skateboarding. I've never heard of skateboarders really getting in brawls and like wars or anything. Like some people are like, I don't like that kid. But at the end of the day, you're all in it together. You're all sharing the same thing. There's disagreements, and it's really fun to talk shit.
I liked
but
how,
everybody
yeah,
loves.
back
everybody
in the day,
loves each other.
no one was safe.
It was
with the
different
shit
back
talk.
then.
Yeah, the shit talking was different though because it was done in like a very cynical, funny manner. Like,
I
you couldn't just go
love
in
it
there.
when you guys talk shit on me. And
Yeah,
I know you
well,
are,
kind
and I
of
know
deserve it.
everyone is. All my friends are.
Yeah.
And I know they're getting detailed, and people probably laughing. And
Yeah.
I like to know that people are having a good time at my expense.
Yeah, because if you can dish it out, you should be able to take it.
Because I
you
do
know what
dish
I mean?
it out. I talk shit.
Yeah, you think, whatever, you know what I mean? Who cares? But like, I think that the way that we would heckle people or make fun of particular things was done in an intelligent fashion. I think that's what made it so fun, was you couldn't just go in there and start motherfucking people. You had to do it in like a really crafty way to
You
try
had
to
to
make
zing
people
'em.
laugh.
Zing.
Yeah, I can take
That's
a
what
hit.
you're going for.
Can take a hit.
Zings, you know what I mean? Going for gasps. That's what we made fun of people in like an articulate way, like the way that like Lord Byron or Oscar Wilde would make fun of
I
people.
think
you know?
actually,
I think
some
that
of the-
all the time. What if Oscar Wilde was a skater? You know,
He'd been the best skater of all time, the greatest skateboarder of all time.
that
He would have been so funny because he was an
Get him on the
athlete,
team.
not an athlete. And I think that's like a really important part of it. But like, yeah, like the whole point of some of that stuff was to try to make Matt and Artie laugh. And if you can make Matt and Artie laugh, that was like what you were going for. At least that's what I was going for.
Oh, Brian Leary was a big trouble causer at the Coliseum too. So he was
Probably the
He
biggest,
helped out.
but he was rad.
in the
Do you
chaos,
wanna-
keeping it fun.
Do you want to? Is there any funny trouble stories of?
Oh,
Of BL?
oh man,
Can't.
rooftops,
Nothing
crimes,
that's too incriminating.
Yeah, you'd be very
breaking
careful.
stuff. He's a daddy now, and he's a construction worker. Still skates, still supports skateboarding, still buys.
Yeah, he
Ryan
buys-
Gallant's.
yeah,
the pro
Ryan
boards,
Gallant.
just keeping it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he loves all those people.
He's sick.
He probably, yeah.
I love
Shit,
Ryan.
man.
I was
Yeah,
talking to him the other day on Instagram. He's
Ryan
great.
or Brian?
Ryan
Gallant.
Gallant. Dude, he was great.
He's a top pro. He's got
Yeah.
true pro ligaments.
You know,
in-
I have
in
a
his body.
question
he's
here.
superhuman.
Yeah, I
he's
love that
He's
guy.
a superhuman person.
He's awesome.
Dude, he's so good.
Ryan,
Was
I'm
there-
sorry I didn't send that copy of the 99 video yet. I
Yeah,
swear I'm getting
it's
to
gonna
it.
be in the mail.
It's right here.
We're gonna send it tomorrow, but tomorrow's Labor
Labor
Day.
Day.
Yeah, so
It's right here, though.
it's right there. I can see it.
I'm looking at it.
You know, I was gonna ask personally from the 99 video to the Wonderful Horrible Life video. You know, PJ Ladd's One for Horrible Life, greatest video of all time.
Thanks.
But
Have you heard of it?
yeah, I've
so I'm
seen
saying,
it
what
once or
made
twice.
such a big
The
jump
DVD, though.
from those two videos
the jump in what sense?
and like the quality of it? I feel like it's miles ahead of the 99 video. But I love the
think
99
that the 99
video.
video was made bootleg style because I think Matt Roman had to break into Emerson College and do it like total bootleg style. Like he broke in and used all the machines without any permission. I think that's how they made the 99 video, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt Roman just went into
I
Emerson,
think they
Matt
went
Roman
through the
style.
roof, too.
Just did they go in through the roof?
No, but
That sounds right. I wouldn't doubt it. That's why I said it like that.
Wouldn't be a bad way to
would have
get
made
through.
sense. But yeah, from what I understand, that they just used all that equipment without anybody's permission, and then just made the 99 video, which is
crime
like
pays.
the ultimate
Certain crime.
Yeah.
most crime. But
I
like,
mean, I started making skate videos just by stealing countless numbers of mini DV tapes. Like, we started the company just by doing that.
Yeah.
that's awesome.
It's like we never bought a tape up until like I don't know,
Recently?
after New Hell.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for you guys.
Wait, so do you just like grab a bunch of mini tapes and then walk over to the refrigerator door, wait for the door to fog up, and then you slip it in the pockets like a shield, and then you do a 180 and the cameras didn't see shit?
But if you were talking about
It's okay.
the
It's from
quality,
Walmart.
the quality of the two videos, Big, I feel like the 99 was definitely more bootlegged in a sense that they kind of did all that stuff kind of incognito, and then when they had the opportunity to do actually it was a third Coliseum video because it's
Yeah,
Genius,
Yeah.
which is genius. It lives up to its name. It's a great video. Already had a full part, loved
Yeah.
it, and then went on to the 99 video, and that's where people got to see PJ and Ryan for the first time.
Well, PJ and Ryan were in the 99 video.
Yes, yeah, they I think, in my opinion, out of all PJ's parts, I love his 99 part the most.
Not me.
And I love Ryan's
Fisk.
part, dude. Ryan skates to Ice Cube.
Fisk disagrees with you,
Fucking
actually.
sick.
I
Hit
don't
him.
like PJ's part in
Hit him.
that because he rides a stupid shaped board.
What do you mean,
And
all the
his-
Sean Sheffy boards that were
And
like
his
7.4?
trucks were too tight, and his boards, they had a bad shape. That's why Anthony Van England's one of my favorite skaters, is because if you look
fucking
at his
guy.
skateboard, his nose is steep, and he looks like an enjoyable board to ride.
I like flat
Same with
boards.
my favorite
think-
BMX bikers. I like them for how their bike looks.
No BMX talk in this. If I'm gonna be here, there's no fucking BMX talk. I'll just
Wait,
walk
okay,
right
so what?
They laying down.
wanna-
But no. Dude,
What I'm
let's get
asking
back
is,
to
talk
what
shit.
I'm
We're
asking
talking
is,
Yeah.
I'll talk
was
some
there
shit.
like, was there a sense that you were filming like, not just a skate video, but like a serious video?
Not at all. Never. Because when I was out there in California, I think it must have started around that time, around 2000. Because you son of a bitch. Just
I
pinched
fucking
me.
hate when he
God
does
damn
this.
it.
Jesus Christ
He's
on
a-
the cross.
He's
But-
a, what do you call it? What do you call that cat in the other room?
Victor?
Yeah. What do you call him?
Victor.
Damn it. Okay. Just keep going.
All right. So, anyways, we were in California. and
Rascal.
We were,
That's the word I was trying to think of. Yeah, keep going.
No, it's all good. We were living at Donnie Barley's house. It was
Big,
me, PJ, Ryan, Jeremy Rogers.
PJ and I.
I'm sorry, thank you. Jake Rupp lived there, and Donnie Barley, of course. And bless you, Donnie was like the best, and he was super nice. What's up, Donnie? And
Yeah,
uh,
exit. Donnie Barley.
yeah, I love Donnie, dude. He is so rad.
Fast,
And
full.
anyways, so we were
Finesse.
over there, and Corden and Artie were over there as well. Matt was over there for a little bit, but Matt had to go back. And then Artie and Corden were there. And this is actually where Dave Corden taught me how to wash dishes. It was really good because he had seen me wash dishes and he was not impressed. So he taught me a little bit about how to like take care of myself.
Interesting.
Anyway, yeah, I love Corden. He's fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, he's
one of the
rad.
best skateboard videos, like one of the best skate filmers I've been able to hang out with and stuff like that. And
I love
he's
the
really
guy.
cool.
Very
He's
generous,
super nice, dude.
Sweetheart.
Yeah.
Saint.
But he's also really devious as well too.
Good boy.
Like, he's like a
Yeah.
funny
Good boy, bad
motherfucker.
boy.
Yeah, he definitely is good. He's one of the best phone people ever.
He
Making
helped-
prank phone calls or
He's
anything.
like he's kind of like a Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
sour
You're right.
on the
Yeah.
outside, but
It's
you know,
very good.
soft and
Power
gooey.
light.
on
yeah,
the
yeah,
inside.
yeah.
Power
Of course,
dark
that's what I
color.
like. And anyways, we were living over there, and we were just skating because PJ had skated for Element, and we were all staying at the Element place, and it was pretty funny because you'd have like these cast of characters come over, and like we got to hang out with like Brian Anderson came over one night, and it was really funny because we were like putting on his shoes because he must have worn like a size like 14 shoe or something. We were like around like fucking clown shoes. But back to what we were saying about filming for the video, I don't really think about it too much. I was just really happy to be there and skating with people that were phenomenally good.
PJ was the only one who had a board sponsor.
Ryan had a board sponsor. He was skating for Expedition at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's where he spent most of his pro career was with them. And they were also skated for Versatile Wheels. But yeah, PJ skated for Element, and Jeremy was great at that time because he was a little kid. I think he might have been like 15 or something. I think his mom let him just drop out of school and pursue his skating.
He was
Sort
a
of.
true comedian back then.
Yeah, he was really fucking funny. He was just such a weird kid. And
He's
he was
pretty
really-
funny now, even if he knows it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Intelligent. It takes a great intelligence. To be
Yeah, I
someone.
think he's pretty passionate.
Yeah, I
about
remember
whatever
back when he was
he's into.
blading at the 8-Ball skate park.
Yep. He rollerbladed, and so I think his brother did too.
Rollerbladed?
Yeah, he was a rollerblader. I'm not trying to hear to talk trash. I mean, that's just
Hey,
the reality.
That's just
The
history.
thing about
yeah,
rollerblading.
it's just history.
Rollerblading became extinct because of skateboarders calling rollerbladers gay when we were young. That's what they would say.
2019, dude, you can't say that.
And
Yeah, you actually
no,
can't say that. We're not going to be able to release this podcast.
Yeah. They go,
Yeah.
but it's inline skaters.
Yeah, YouTube flags it and doesn't
Oh.
let it put it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
well, anyway. And then when I was like a young impressionable kid, everybody be like, "Rollerbladers, get out of here! These are our skate spots. Get out of here, rollerbladers!" Because we'd be skating like Somerville High, and flock of 40 rollerbladers
Yeah.
would just flap up, just
Yep.
royale.
Tons of just tons of wax.
Fish
on
brain.
everything.
You know, it was like that movie, like Prayer of the Roller Boys.
Yeah.
Look it up if you haven't seen it. But
IMDb app.
and then years went by, and skateboarders bullied them. They became extinct. And now you look around the streets, there's no trick rollerbladers, freestyle rollerbladers anywhere.
Freestyle
every,
rollerbladers.
every once in a while you see one. And now I think that is so punk rock because they're doing it anyway through all,
Rocket power.
within all the hate.
Yeah.
Like they know all the hate was there and they're doing it anyway for the love.
Yeah.
So when somebody makes fun of somebody so much and they still do it, they're motivated by the hate. Rollerbladers get my respect now.
No, I
They've
think
earned it.
That's kind of
They've earned
commendable. Yeah, I kind of can appreciate that.
rollerblading is
sense.
cool.
So Jeremy,
Yeah.
you get my respect.
Word. But anyways, when I was living with those guys, we would go and skate, and it was really cool because I had seen PJ and Ryan a little bit. You know what I mean? When I would go down and skate in Boston or whatever. And it was really funny because the first time I actually met PJ, he was with Eli Reed, and we were skating downtown Boston, and we came across these guys, and I was like, wow, they're really fucking good. And they ended up, Eli broke into some building and like smashed a vending machine and just took all the shit. And like they came out and they like, had all this stuff. I was like, wow, these guys are fucking funny. That was like my first impression. But like I got to skate with those guys later on, and when we were staying over there, it was really cool because I got to see people. Their skill level was like unlike anything I'd ever seen before. Because I was just a No,
Dude,
no,
you had
no,
your own
no,
bag
no,
of
no, no.
tricks.
Yeah, we all had our own bag of tricks. That was important.
We could all
But,
be higher
like-
than them, man. Me and you at
Come
the
on
time,
now,
we could
come
all
on.
be higher.
Come on, not Ryan. Ryan is like
Ryan got some pop.
superhuman, dude.
I could
You
all
got
be
some
high as
pop.
Ryan
Superhuman,
at,
dude.
at the
No.
time.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
See, Fisk can only pretty high, yeah.
I don't know,
I
dude.
could all
You
up
could,
to my belly button. I'll eat
yeah, we could
one of
all.
those-
all
So that's
into
a pretty
those
that's a pretty
metal,
tall belly
those
button though.
metal
Yeah.
barrier,
Yeah.
Yeah,
crowd
you,
barriers.
I've seen you all.
The
over
people
some
don't know
other
that
shit.
Fisk's belly button is actually directly in between his nipples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his nipples are on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, getting to see like that stuff early on, and you know what's crazy too is when I started witnessing them doing what they were doing, I was thinking to myself, I was like, "Fuck, if this is talent, I clearly have none." But I just enjoyed skating with these guys because they were really motivating me, and I learned a lot from skating with those guys. So I really owe them a lot. You know what I
You
mean?
learned
In
a pretty good
regards,
amount from me too, though. You gotta
yeah.
admit,
I mean, I
right
can't
there.
go without
Oh,
saying
yeah.
Colin Fiske definitely motivated me to like do dark slides and stuff. But
Really?
no, not at all.
Yeah,
Oh.
I gave him that 1.5 dark slide.
Yeah,
that
you
they
did give me the idea for that, though. You
that
did
was
give
me.
1.5 flip dark side because
I-
we were, yeah, you did give me some ideas.
No, I didn't actually. I just
No,
I put that
I'm just
idea in
saying
your
that.
head.
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't. He came up with that himself. 1.5 flip dark slide first. And he was doing Casper slides, Casper stalls.
Well, I just liked doing the tricks that nobody else was doing, and it wasn't like I was actually proactively thinking about that sort of thing. It was just the way that I skated that it came out that way. You know what I mean? I really liked Roddy Mullen and Mark Gonzalez and Nadas and a lot of those guys because they just skated differently. And as I got older, I started adapting those tricks because where I grew up in New Hampshire, there really wasn't anything to skate except for like, good flat ground and stuff like that. So I
Yeah.
really started doing that. And I was not a ramp champ. I was not into going to the skate park. And a lot of the guys that, that were in my age bracket and stuff like that were good, they only just skated ramps. And I just
Not a
was
ramp champ,
not,
but
yeah,
a little bit of a ramp tramp.
ramp tramp, bowl troll.
Yeah.
You know how it goes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was just
Rump
like,
chump.
But
Speaking
yeah, I just liked skating flat ground, and I thought that stuff was more geared towards what I was into, and I liked technical skating and
Yeah.
in the way that I could like, manipulate the board. But when I got to see like Ryan and PJ really going for it, it was fucking incredible because they were like, to me, like they were better than most pros when we were kids, and getting to see that stuff firsthand was like really incredible, and it made me want to be a better skater. And by hanging out with those dudes vicariously, it made me a better skater. So like I really owe them quite a bit in that respect.
and
but
also
I got to
Matt
see a lot
Roman
of,
and Arden
yeah,
for
of course.
hooking it all up.
They hooked it all up, like getting on the phone with Matt, and he would just be like, "What do you guys need?" And I would just, I'm still the same way, like, I don't want to take anything, blah blah blah. He'd be like, "No, just tell me," and the other guys would be like, "Tell him that you need something, because if you don't tell him that you need something, he's not going to send us
scheduled the
anything."
play dates too, man. They scheduled the play dates, generator sessions.
Oh, yeah.
5
Wait, I wanted to
a.m.
ask. You mentioned
Yeah.
Mark Gonzalez.
Mhm.
Is it true you were this close to riding for Crooked?
Very close. Yeah, I could have
Because
been.
that
because
would have
the-
been awesome.
It would have been awesome.
Dream
especially
sponsor of
for
mine.
me. Yeah.
And I could have lived vicariously through you.
Yeah,
and
that
you-
would've been
you
nice.
blew it.
It would. I
You
did.
fucked up,
I
Vey.
really did.
That was our one
in
shot.
In hindsight, I should have taken some of that stuff a little bit more seriously because I've always just been more into just going out and skating. But I also get really camera shy and like it kind of is like ugh when I have to film stuff. And I know I shouldn't be saying that, but like I just like skating and stuff. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, I got hooked up. I guess Mark Gonzalez had seen my part in the video, which perplexed me that he would be at all interested in a person that was like kind of a goof, and kind of a joke in the video. And he was interested in my skating because he thought it was cool that I kind of had like a synthesis of street skating and freestyle, which was kind of what I was always going for. And he liked that, and they ended up sending me because I think Colin had gotten hooked up with Antihero first,
Yeah,
and
they
then
were
through
all
the
very,
sales
very
rep.
nice to me.
Yeah, they
Very,
hooked him up.
Very nice.
And then
Forever
through
grateful.
that, the guy was like, Mark Gonzalez has seen your part, and he liked it. And I was like, holy smokes, like could not be better than that. And then they started sending me some boards. And initially, with the guy that was telling me this stuff was like, they wanted it to be an avant-garde company where they were going to sponsor kind of weirdos. And I was like super into that. You know what I mean? Because it's always been like one of my things. Like I always wanted to see weird stuff, and like I think it's cool now like Fancy Lad and stuff like that exists because it fulfills that sort of stuff where you can see stuff that's just not typical in skateboarding. And I always enjoyed
Each person
seeing
being their own person.
yeah, or doing something new and original. Like you can do like the best kickflip ever, that's great, but like you know what I mean? You can always see so much of that. You're like, okay, whatever. But I like seeing new and exciting things. And people might think that's kooky, but I think now, I mean, in today's society, like that stuff is really starting to take hold, and people are starting to appreciate that sort of stuff, which is
not
cool.
allowed into the Olympics
Yeah, but that, dude, who cares about that? That's not
because
even.
there's no way to judge it
Yeah, exactly.
because it's new.
How do you
Yeah.
even judge skating to begin with? I always thought that was such a weird thing. You can
And
do your
that's what we do
standard
here at
tricks, and
Fancy
that's what
Lad.
it is. But I'd rather just see people that were strange.
Brand new.
It's like a painting competition.
Precisely. How do you judge art? You know what I mean? It's like it's very subjective. Ding dong. That's how it works. But like
Ding dong.
ding dong. But like yeah, I had the opportunity to do that, and it kind of fizzled out. It had a lot to do with me not being very proactive in calling people up and asking for things, because I skate my stuff until it's fucking dead.
Right.
Until I break the board. And that's when I'll get a new board out.
I
skate
skate
it.
one board a year.
Yeah. Well, it's because you skate like twice a year.
Yeah. That's if.
Yeah. Just joking. Colin skates all the time and he rips. He ripped yesterday.
I
But-
ride a bike, and that's my skateboard. My
Colin does
is
not
bike.
skate all the
no
time.
bike.
Yeah, it's true.
But when he
Please
does
don't
skate,
lie to our
when-
sweaty,
I know.
deranged
I'm
fans.
sorry. I'm just.
They need to know the
I
truth.
love Colin.
Yeah, we all
He's
love
great,
Colin.
and he
We
does
all
when
love-
he wants to
I'll tell you
skate.
this.
He can skate, and I've seen.
Skateboarding hurts because my muscle memory. I'm on my bike all day for work,
Okay.
and I love spots. I love skate spots, finding
Yeah.
spots. I'm always on the hunt. I've never ever looked at any object without the skateboard eyes or riding eyes. And I see spots, and because biking is my job,
Yeah.
I know how to bike. And some of these spots are on grass, dirt, too rough, too far away. And how am I going to get to that far away spot? I'm on my bike. I'm there and I'm now. So I use my bike as a skateboard. But my heart, my
That's the
skateboard
weirdest
heart
thing I've
is there
ever heard.
on my bike.
How
Are you
the
trying
fuck
to
are
get-
you using your bike as a skateboard?
Are you trying to get
that's
Vey
your
to
Because I'm a
excuse for not
skateboarder.
skating is because you're skating
Yeah.
on your bike?
So
I'm a skateboarder. So all these spots, they're skate spots. Sometimes I don't skate enough, so I'm not good enough to skate these skate
Yeah.
spots that I find. So I ride my bike on these skate spots. Jesus.
dude, I think this thing is really
You know,
getting away
sometimes
from
when
us.
somebody
I think
gets-
we need to work on the continuity of this whole thing.
I get it.
because I
Everyone
think that
everyone
it's
has
kind
their
of
skateboard in a van. Fisk's just happens to be a bike.
Yeah.
It's true. Well, you know what? Just to bring it back to the
Yeah, let's-
sponsors thing,
Yeah.
I think that you fit on Crooked much
Thank you.
more than Fisk fit on Antihero.
It's true.
Well, I don't know.
No, it's true.
Because, like, Antihero's a bunch of, you
Admit
know,
it.
hesh dudes doing hesh shit.
But
I
Colin was
wearing
great.
flamboyant clothes that were not cool at the time.
Yeah, but
Oh, they
you
were
were
true.
cool.
Abe always
Super
says that your
flamboyant.
fashion was at its peak at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were the first person I ever really hung out with that wore tight pants.
We used to fight all the time about fashion.
You and I?
Yeah, we used to get in fights
because-
about all different types
Yeah,
of things.
but it was more
screaming
about
at each other.
Yeah, I know.
Me and
it was-
Vey would scream.
I
at
love
each
that.
other.
Like, you will not
And then we
listen
would
to
have
logic.
an audience because we were fighting.
Yeah, and it got even crazier. We would say that we would go for the throat, dude. There was no like the kitty gloves came
We'd
off.
scream at each other for like an hour.
Because I'm more about function as opposed to fashion, and if it doesn't work,
Your face
then
would
what's
get
the fu-
red. We would
You
fight
do.
so hard.
Yeah, it would. I would get.
And it was
really
always
heated.
about some stupid shit.
Yeah, mundane trivia, but that's why.
And
'cause,
it
like,
wasn't
friends-
just your slash technique and Ninja Gaiden.
No, it had way more to do than my slash technique, which Colin would constantly ridicule. But my slash is fine, dude. I've beat Ninja Gaiden 2.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, Ancient Ship of Doom fucking killed that
No,
game.
you didn't. That's bullshit.
But no, yeah, we get into arguments. It was always like kind of fun because at the same time, because we're talking about like stuff that doesn't really matter, like tight pants versus like pants that you can skate in
All
without
right,
ripping them in the
baggier
crotch.
pants. They
Yeah.
weigh more. They're heavier.
Remember what we used to
They're
call
not
baggy pants?
aerodynamic.
What do we
Jed,
used-
get this out. Get
What do
this
we
out,
call? What do we
right?
used to call baggy pants? What were-
Fats?
Fats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ass fats.
Ass fats. Armstead never gave up his fats. He always had fats on.
Skateboarders want to go fast. They need to get aerodynamic clothing. It's lighter. They can jump higher. It doesn't absorb as much sweat. People wearing those big denims, and then they're pretending like they're not into fashion, wearing those big baggy denims. They're like 5 pounds. They start sweating. They're 6 pounds. They get nasty. They're not ventilated. But guess what? You can crash and you can slide in them. But guess what?
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 Bleeding is cool.
Damn, that's
A
true.
lesson, no lesson better learned than a lesson learnt in blood.
That's pretty fucking fierce, man. That's a good mantra.
So skate naked. That's what I'm saying. Shave your legs, skate naked. You'd be flying around,
All right.
whizzing.
Like Jeremy Rogers.
Like, do you remember he backside tail slid a rail naked?
Yeah.
That's fucking incredible, dude.
His little wiggler was out.
Yeah, it's true.
No, dude, his little wiggler apparently can break magnums. Don't you remember one of his lyrics? Isn't that one of his lyrics that he breaks
I
magnums?
hear that he uses his little wiggler to break cement blocks as a karate move.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's some real strength, dude. But anyways, we really got away from us.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
why don't we take a quick break? Because we need a commercial break from our sponsor.
Yeah, it's true.
They paid us a lot of money,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
I've previewed the commercial. It's a really good one. So we're going to have to take a listen to that.
Let's do it. We'll be
All
back.
right, we'll be back.
Yeah.
In today's fast-paced 9-to-5 world, it can be hard to find some time for yourself. And despite the impending climate crisis, we know the only emissions you're really concerned about are the nocturnal ones. That's why we created Nocturnal E, the only orally taken pill that guarantees you'll come in your sleep. Nocturnal E works by you eating it and then you coming while you sleep. It's pretty simple. So say goodbye to late night cranking and early morning wanking, and say hello to Nocturnal E.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Thank you, Colin.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
For our listeners, just fast forwarding to the middle of the podcast, that was pro skater Colin Fiske and our other special guest, pro skater David Vey, the king of freestyle.
Thank
The
you.
king.
Do you guys know how I got that nickname?
No.
So we were driving cross country and we were in Texas.
I'd like to know.
You want to know?
Yeah.
I'll tell the story.
Serious.
So we were driving cross country when we got to Texas, and this is just when they had started opening up Vans skate parks. And we got there at like some weird hour, and I think they were just about to close. And we got inside, and the guy was like, "Oh, we're gonna shut down, but you guys are skaters." And we're like, yeah,
Alright,
whatever.
same.
So like, I think Matt and Artie were like pressuring me into like, they were like, just do a freestyle trick, see if we can get in. So like, I did like a handstand kickflip or something, right? And they're like, oh, cool. They let us in. And we started talking to this guy, and it was so funny because he had this company, and it was called Guns Skateboards. And he's like, yeah, you know, he's just trying to hype up guns and like talking to me. And he was like, and what's your name? And I was like, I'm Dave Vey, the king of freestyle. Like just joking, you know, being as like sarcastic as I could be. And he was like really into it. But then as we left the place, oh, by the way, they gave me a girl board there, which is great. They gave me a Colin McKay girl board. And we left, and that was kind of like how I was like, oh, maybe if I say I'm Dave Vey, the King of Freestyle, maybe I'll get some more free stuff. But
So
Matt
you
and
came
Art,
up with it yourself.
yeah, because I had thought like it was really funny that I would say something like that because like how pretentious
Yeah,
you
that's
have
how
to be to-
cocky you would sound.
precisely.
Yeah.
Like
How
the
big of an
idea
ego
of
do you need to
yeah,
have?
exactly. To claim yourself as something that somebody else had worked their entire life for, which was Ronnie Mullen, and he beat the shit out of freestyle skating. And for me to come up and say something like that, where a guy has like a 64th of the tricks that guy has, and call himself the King of Freestyle, was like funny to me. Anyways, we got back in the car, and Matt and Artie loved it. They thought it was so funny that I had announced myself as that, and like they just kind of ran with it. In hindsight, I didn't like it, and especially when the videos came out that I didn't have my name, like my parents were just like, "What?" Because I showed them some of that stuff, because they didn't really know much about skating. My mom had like watched some skate videos with me or whatever, but like they had no idea about skateboarding. They weren't very interested in it at all.
Dave
But, like-
Vey's dad actually thought that when Vey showed him all the videos
Yeah, he
back
thought
in the 90s,
They were all fake.
he didn't believe they were real. He thought it was all CGI.
Special effect. He thought
Trick
they were
photography.
Yeah,
John
he thought,
Trapp.
but that's like
said the
real.
same
My
thing.
mom
Yeah.
used to say the
Yeah,
same thing to
Especially
me.
with Mullen parts.
yeah,
They'd be
they
like,
all
"This is
thought
trick
it was.
photography."
They all thought it was fake. They were like, no, like this is all computer generated. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
You know,
there's
actually,
no people don't
can I
do
just
that shit.
Throw in a quick story about
Yeah.
Welcome to Hell. Everybody knows Welcome to Hell, the
course.
first skateboard video,
Favorite video
that
of
was
all
One
time.
of the greatest videos
extreme
ever.
Love the crash section. Yo,
one of the
me and
best.
my boy Brian Leary of Coliseum Skate Shop, we had that video. We watched it religiously over and over and over again. It was the early 90s, and then we got a new clicker, a remote control for the TV.
A clicker.
A clicker.
Yeah, the clicker.
And this thing had
buttons
like a
click when you press
pause, and it had slow-mo, and had frame by frame.
Yeah.
So we were like, had Welcome to Hell was brand new video. And we were watching Jamie Thomas, his part, last section. He was doing a backside 180 over this gap.
Mm-hmm.
But they used to film at low fisheye angles. And I'd be like, that was a sick ass 180. And Leary'd be like, there was a fucking 360. I'd be like, no, it was a 180. But this was before we had the new clicker. And we used to fight about it and fight about it and fight about it like for days. He thought it was a 360. And I was like, it's a 180. And then finally we got the slow-mo. We slow-moed it. I was like, see, fucking 180.
Yeah.
And that is what
And then he
the
hit you.
normal people,
And then he beat the shit out of you.
and that's what normal people that don't skateboard, when they see skateboarding, they don't know what is a 360
Yeah.
flip, a kick flip, that it can't differentiate anything. It's just a blur of
It
light,
all
whatever
just-
we
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
So skateboarding is pretty much
It's like listening to a
private
different
for
someone
skateboarders.
talking
It's like
another language. It's all
It's
just
a secret club.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Must
it
be
doesn't
super.
register.
I think it's like pretty boring for them because it's just like everything looks the same.
Yeah, everything
pretty
looks the
much.
same
It's
to
just
like old people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like anything new.
I used to get in some arguments over semantics of skateboarding. Still do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, believe it or not.
Interesting.
Such as the fakey board slide, fakey lip slide debate.
Right. Exactly.
But
Oh, I love those
I
debates.
remember-
Oh,
I
my
love
goodness.
debates like that.
I
Whether or not it's a half cab
remember-
flip or a front side, like fake
Yeah.
front side, if that even exists, I
Right.
love
it
debates
used
like
to,
that.
yeah, it was really confusing. The nollie frontside flips being called frontside, even though they're clearly nollie half cab flips.
Precisely.
You know.
Yeah, doesn't
But-
make any sense.
I remember winning this one argument with my brothers.
Yeah, I won it with
frontside
Brian Leary.
shove-its. They thought it had to be backside because you're scooping it to your back.
Yeah.
Right.
So it has to be a backside shove it.
Yeah.
And I said,
No.
And then I found it in a magazine. I said, see, I told you so, stupid. You're such a stupid idiot. And then they're like, psh.
Older brothers, they hold it against you for a whole life, and they'll like disappear into a new town. If younger brothers like win them at any arguments or any other things in life,
They win them.
they just disappear.
Definitely.
If you win them at arguments,
It's cool.
I'm about to win you right now.
Well, it's also weird, if you do just a regular power slide would be front side.
Yeah.
But if you think about, that's like the same way as doing a backside board slide. And same with like if you're doing a backside power slide, that's like doing a
Well, you're
front
moving
board.
forward.
But I
I'd
mean, it's
say
just
power
because
slide
it's
is more
because of
front
the
side, lip
object.
slide.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
frontside
It's
power
because
slide.
It's in
the
relation
object.
to where the
Right.
object is.
So that's why it's all. That's
Yeah.
why it gets confusing because it's all.
I remember when I was a
relative to what the
kid, when I
thing
was a
is.
kid and I would see the acronym for backside and it said BS, I used to think it meant bullshit because that's what I knew BS to be. And I always thought that was the funniest shit because I read a thing and I would see Jamie Thomas bullshit 50-50.
hey,
thought that
I
was
just
just
had
a-
an idea. That's
that just
that's
kinda
really
came out.
nice, Dave. My
Yeah,
boy Dave.
Thank you. Thank you, Colin.
Love you, man.
Love you.
Hey, check this out, right? Attention skateboarders. Attention Thrasher Magazine.
Hello?
In Thrasher Magazine. Hey, Tony Patel, great guy.
TV,
You
love
open up
you.
the magazine
Super funny guy.
and you look at the skateboarders and they say, backside crooked grind, front side nose slide pretzel, right? We're skateboarders, okay?
Yeah, I see that one every issue.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. These
I'm
are
a big,
examples.
I'm a big
These are
pretzel head
examples.
myself.
Hey,
Yeah,
you want
I'm
some
a
more
big
examples?
pretzel
Wrap
head.
your head
Shut
around
up.
it.
Shut up. Front side, blunt side. I'll give you more examples.
I'd just like
No,
to point out Tom has a pretzel on his head right now.
Yeah.
Let me get to the point.
For the Patreon viewers out there.
Oh,
Go on.
They see
We're
it.
in Thrasher Magazine for an example. You open up any page, you see the photo of the skateboarder. It says the trick in the bottom corner of the page. We're all skateboarders here, are we not? I'm a skateboarder.
Last time I
You guys all
checked.
skateboarders. We know what
I'm a
fucking
skater,
trick it
dude.
is, right?
Skater.
So
I'm
why
a
not
skater, dude.
have some fun and just make up all these fucking whacked out names and not tell the people that it's a fucking frontside crooked grind and let them squirm. Tell them it's some other fucking trick. And
Well,
let
that sounds
them
like some
squirm.
Big
Let the
Brother
people
type shit.
squirm.
If you want to go into the history of crooked grinds, they first started off, I think, as pointer grinds and then K grinds with a K.
Was that because Costin invented it?
I
That's
don't
what
think
heard
Costin invented
growing
it.
up.
Dan Paterka invented crooked
Love
grinds.
Dan Paterka.
I love Dan Paterka as
Dude,
well, dude.
frontside shove,
That's,
late
you
front
know
foot
what?
flips.
I've always been a fan of people that had like one video part and they crushed it and they disappeared. Like Dan Paterka is like the perfect
And
example.
you showed
of
me that Damon Bird part.
I love Damon Bird.
Yeah.
Those
I
guys
love
have
Damon
names
Bird.
that sound like
Tim
small,
Jackson,
tiny
the dude
tech tricks.
from
Those tiny
Speed
wheels.
Freaks.
Right.
He did the craziest wall rides. If you kids are out there, watch Tim Jackson. Watch
Laybacks.
Damon Bird. Dan Paterka, though, is like penny before penny because he would do the wildest tech tricks, but with the coolest style. But like
Jason
Dan
Carney.
Paterka, I think, was the one that had invented the crooked grind because he was doing on that double-sided curb in the HD video. He was doing like the no-side popovers, and then he would just like grind it and pop over crooked grind. But I think Wade Spare also did the backside. Well, they say it's backside nose grind, but it's a crooked grind on Hubba. I think he was the first person to grind Hubba. But if you look at the photo, it's totally a crooked grind.
Yeah.
And of course, Costin came in and then just kind of made it his own with the K grind and then the crooked grind because that was like his bread and butter. But I grew up in the generation in which crooked grinds were like, if you couldn't crooked grind, you fucking sucked.
Well, Heath Kirchart hates crooked grinds.
I know.
If there was a
And so
photo
does
of a
Jeremy
I
Clark.
listened to the Destroying America commentary growing
Yep.
up. Okay, I know Heath hates crooked grinds.
Yeah, and they used to call it the Crookie Monster, and I remember going to contests.
It's a
in
philosophy.
The mid-90s.
They're all
and
philosophers.
everybody was doing
these
crooked grinds.
skateboarders.
And if you didn't
they
do,
hate because of philosophies.
what do you mean? What do you mean they hate because
If
of
Heath hates a
philosophies?
crooked
Mark
grind,
Johnson,
it's
By
crookie,
because
proxy,
crookie monster rearing
he's a
its ugly head,
philosophy,
bro.
Exactly. By proxy, you hate a trick because it's popular. I think that's a very innate
not
thing
because
among
it's
skateboarding.
popular, because he's a purist.
Purist.
If you're gonna do a crooked grind, why not just do a nose slide?
You know, I think that's
why not
another
just do a
thing.
nose grind?
Yeah.
I know guys,
That
and I
was his
knew
argument.
guys that were big into that. Where if you touched your nose on the ledge and stuff, it was just not acceptable. But fuck that.
Oh, here,
I was
but can I
kind
just give an
whatever
example
happens.
of that? Back to that magazine thing, real quick.
Yeah.
You talking about crooked grinds? You talking names of tricks? Here's what I might. All right, give me a trick. Say you see a photo of a magazine. Give me the name of it. The normal
Varial
name.
heel flip.
Varial heel flip in a magazine. A photo of it. I would describe it in a magazine as boy takes flight, board twisting in the air outwardly.
Yeah.
That's a very good description of a varial heel flip. I know exactly what
Feet-
you're talking about.
Just poetically describe the
So
tricks
you
instead of
wouldn't
you call
call
it the
it-
standard varial heel.
And you wouldn't call it the poopy doo-doo head flip.
No,
You would
no,
actually
no, no.
try to
I would try
describe
to
it.
Yeah.
I would describe it
Cucka-sucka.
in a poetic way, So it's like just like how like skateboarding is individuals, have the person describing the trick as being like a
So if
an
you
inventive
had a
individual.
picture of you doing a varial heel down the 9 in financial, as seen in PG Lads One for Horrible Life, you would be okay turning the page, opening it, and having someone have a caption, "Boy takes flight."
Dude, I honestly believe
With
if you
twisting
Colin saw that,
board.
he would be the person that
he'd be the only one
extremely
actually.
psyched
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that.
I came up with the idea.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Well,
thinking.
of
I'm
course.
just saying, yo. I'm just trying to say. Here.
Yeah,
I'm
but I'm
you know
gonna
what I'm
say-
saying?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
One of my favorite things about Colin is that
Oh, I'm right here.
yeah, you're
so
right
close
here.
to you, man.
I know, dude.
Tell
We're
me.
like 6 inches away, but like, one
You
of
could
my
be
favorite
closer.
things about you is that you love your own ideas so much that it doesn't matter if people are even trying to convince you with conventional wisdom or logic, that you're just going to run with your idea. And I think that's one of the coolest things because you have a lot of integrity in that sense, but you're fucking completely crazy.
Here's one that me and Vey got in a war about. Me and Vey used to drive up to fucking Vermont, you know?
Yeah.
We used to fucking get weird up in Vermont, you know?
Sure did. Some of the
With the
weirdest
boards,
shit.
we bombing hills.
You went, I remember when you broke 50. That was the first time you broke 50.
I was going like close to 50.
No, you broke 50 on that one hill that we followed
It
you
was
down. Because
scary.
I remember looking at the speedometer and saying, this is fucking crazy.
Um,
And I thought you were going to die.
so driving back from these weird times that me and
Yeah.
Vey would have up in the wilderness, partying, man, in the woods, with owls, giant bats and shit, getting weird.
Yep. The giant
I'd be
bat.
driving
That
back
was fucking crazy.
in my Monte Carlo, and it would get so late at night, and there was no cars anywhere on the
Yeah.
road. And I just started doing a 50-50 grind on the center of the white lines because I said
Yes.
my case was
Your
it's
logic.
safer to lock
And it
onto
used to drive
something
me
like a
insane.
track, and you're just doing a 50-50 grind. And it's just you 50-50 grind it all the way back.
Yeah.
And Vey says, no, it's safer to be in a lane. But this is a 2-lane highway. And I says, no, if you're in the smack middle of the highway, if you get tired and
Yeah.
start to drift off, you have maximum time to
Exactly.
correct yourself and get
And-
back into the middle lane. If you're on the far lane
Yeah.
late at night, no other cars on the road, and you're just like closer, if you get tired and you make a tiny little mistake, you're off the edge. You could drift off. I'm saying you have it's a timing thing.
Yeah,
You're doing
I
a
would say
50-50.
that kind of makes sense, but that logic is sort of crazy because
Eh.
try to explain it to a state
perfect
trooper.
knowledge.
Exactly. I
yeah.
agree with
That
Vey.
was
I
not-
hate to be a rational
If you were to,
person.
like,
No,
if you were to
God.
explain
No,
that
there
to a
was
state
no
trooper, he'd be like,
cars.
"Well, that
This
makes
was
sense."
late at night.
Yeah.
There's no cars
Yeah.
anywhere. State trooper would have lights.
Remember
I'm
that
looking in them. I would
yeah.
see that shit.
Yeah,
When you see
remember that time,
somebody
though,
pulling
when
up
we
on you
saw
at
that?
night, you see the lights.
Yeah, but
Ain't no
also-
state troopers. And if they're on the side of the road,
Yeah.
they don't see that you're in the middle of the lanes because they're on the side of the road, and roads are convex.
So
and they
you
dip
both
down.
were in Thrasher magazine, huh? How?
Yes. Quite a few times. Well, a couple of times.
How-
And I got to be in Transworld, Thrasher, Slap.
We were
That
just
was really cool.
magazine.
Oh,
heads,
really?
man.
Yeah, I got
we
to
were
be-
all over the magazines.
Yeah, it was cool.
A lot of youngins don't know that.
How did
Youngins
it?
don't know
How
that.
did it feel at the peak of your
Oh,
stardom?
dude, it could not have been better. I mean, to have a photo in Thrasher magazine was like I had two, and I also had
We'd
I had
hang
some
our
other ones
shits on our walls in our
Dude,
room. Look at
to-
ourselves at
because like
night,
Thrasher is
dream
still.
about the next trick we could do in the next
Mhm.
day.
I always loved Thrasher over the other magazines. I like Thrasher and Big Brother. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
Big Brother at its height
So
was
Right.
like
you like some nasty.
I
shit.
loved
You like
Big
the
Brother,
nasties.
dude. Big Brother to me, like, it really spoke to me. But like in Thrasher, like when you're reading Thrasher, it is
They
the
had
Bible.
funny captions,
They did,
but
Big Brother killed it with like all kinds of stuff. Like I remember
Oh,
as
yeah.
a kid, and I had a subscription to Big Brother, and
But
you
Thrasher-
open it up, and there's a How to Kill Yourself article.
but Thrasher was more
Fucking
the
great.
elite, actually professional
Yes.
skateboarding. Big Brother
Thrasher.
had a lot of B-rated skaters.
It did, and had video
Everybody
video
knows what a
grabs
crooked grind
and,
is. You
Yeah.
know,
and different
tell me what a
things like
crooked
that.
grind
But
is.
I was more, dude. Come on. I really enjoyed Big Brother because I thought that the writing was a little bit better than some of the other stuff. You know what I mean? And like the articles and the interviews, it seemed very
Nasty.
confrontational.
Yeah.
And skateboarding is not nice, and it's not supposed to be nice. And when you read Big Brother, especially some of the old ones, dude, it's so
Skateboarding
fucking
is
funny. It was
beautiful.
so
I mean,
advanced.
Skateboarding, just
Real
like
skateboarding.
comedy or everything else, is
Yeah.
becoming, that sort of
Dude, it's so hard. I can't
censored,
imagine how hard it must be to be a
aspect,
comic
but-
nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, Milk Snake was saying to me, he's like, do you really want to even take that away from skating, where it's like the last uncensored art form
Yeah,
out there, and then out of everything?
yeah. Skateboarding should not be censored. People's opinions should not be censored. I mean, that's the thing about freedom of speech. Everybody loves freedom of speech until it offends you. And then you're like, no, that doesn't jive with me, or it hurts my feelings.
But let me just say, I know that it must have felt good being in Thrasher,
could
because
not have
as
been
a
better.
fellow skater who
Yeah.
has been in Thrasher,
Yeah, you
Big.
had one of the best ones, Big. You did
Mystery
the hard
front
flip,
side
hippie hop.
flip.
Dude, fucking awesome. It was so unbelievable.
Yeah,
was
thank you.
so radical.
Thank you. Matt has been in some tours, but he didn't have a
Yep.
full page sequence spread like Big.
No, you had a something else big.
Yeah.
Which is having a
and I
something
think
else
that's
to me is one of the
something Matt
best
has
things.
always been jealous of me of
Really?
his entire life.
Matt
yeah.
Tomasello.
Oh,
sitting
he
on
mentions
the
it
bed.
all the time.
Yeah. It must eat him up inside, dude. He sits there in bed, like at night, just wide awake. He's like, son of a bitch.
He tells me it eats him out.
Yeah. Matt
It's
is
true.
self-conscious about his arm style. When
Really?
he does straight Matt Tomasello, he's super self-conscious about his arm style.
Remember,
I make fun of him
dude,
for it.
You know what?
I make fun of his arm style, but secretly, I like his arm
You were
style.
You were the first person I ever met that brought to my attention about people's arms and skating.
Yeah, 'cause you're always watching
never
the
had
feet.
watched it because you're always watching.
Everybody's
the feet.
always watching the
And
feet.
you're like, watch this guy's arms.
I
It's
mean,
fucking
but you
crazy.
watch one Matt Mumford part, and you're
Yeah.
gonna be like, "Hey, check out these arms."
Yeah. So sick, dude.
I'm always watching them toes twinkle.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know.
Matt's toes are always twinkling. Like when Matt Tomasello's in the air off that fancy lad skate park boob bump that Doug Moore,
Yell exit Doug Moore.
Doug Moore
Dougie.
made.
Yeah, Dougie.
Yell
Death.
exit Dougie Death.
DEFCON 5 made.
And his best friend Gary
yeah,
Deathbox.
Matt Tomasello is always taking flight off that boob at the park, and his feet are always
Love
just
Gary.
twinkling in the air. Just his feet are going every which way. Like a ballerina. His toes are just twinkling. There's like sparkles coming out of him. He's like
Some
he's magical
Tchaikovsky
shit.
type
It's
shit,
magical
dude.
shit.
It is magical
tell
shit.
you.
I love Matt
But
skating.
you got to look at his
because
arm steez.
I like first thing I like about skateboarders more than anything else than their style or anything like that is board control. I like people that have board control.
He quick
And they
like
can-
day one.
Yeah, that can manipulate their board and however they want, and like some
Oh,
of the
he
stuff,
manipulates his board,
I
all
just-
right.
I like that stuff, dude. To me, that's the most important part about being, if you want to be a good skater or whatever like that, is board control.
Yeah, he's in full control of his board when
Yeah.
he saws it in half,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then he drills
you can-
into hinges.
And even the way that Matt had described a trick that he had done the other day when he had his board cut in half and he has to drop in on this crazy ramp, and he's more concerned like his board like will fold in half, but like to be able to even do that stuff, like you have to be such a good skater, and then be able to do those tricks afterwards is just like impossible. I love that stuff. But do you guys want to
This
hear
isn't
about
the Matt Tomasello podcast.
No.
This
No,
is
it
the
isn't.
David Vey, Colin
Yeah.
fucking Fiske podcast.
All
Right.
Well, do you guys want to hear about how Matt and Arnie got me to destroy a BMW?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That sounds fun.
It
You know,
was so much fun, dude. It was the best. So we were in Beverly Hills.
90210.
Yep, 90210, 902-101. And then we ended up driving around and we were kind of bored. We were making prank phone calls to all these places because we used to just love making prank phone calls. And it was so much fun. But we were just
never bored when you're hanging with Dave Vey.
No, never. Try
No.
to be, doing something fun. But like, anyways, so we were just bored, and then Matt was like, "Vey, do you want to just drive a really expensive car?" And I was like, "Of course." So we ended up going to the BMW of Beverly Hills, and we walked in, and Matt and Artie went ahead and introduced me as like a big up and coming pro skater. That I had a lot of value and I was going to make all this money and blah, blah, blah. They were my agents and they really wanted to get a car that would, associate myself with the success that I was having in my skating. So all this stuff is in quotations.
Perfect.
You can't see that. But anyways,
Oh,
it's
they
all
can
in
see it if they
quotations.
pay the $9.99.
If you pay the $9.99, congratulations.
Right.
You
For
can
the
see
Patreon.
quotations. But anyways, so we got to the BMW place and we started talking to one of their salespeople or whatever. And this woman was like, "Okay, what do you want to drive?" I was like, "Oh, fucking M3, right?" So I try to pick like the nicest cherry red BMW. And we get in there and we get in the BMW and she closes my door. And as she's walking around to the passenger side, Matt and Artie were like, "Fuck this thing up." And I was like, "You got it." So we get
How
in
old
the
were
car.
you again?
I was 18. And so they get in. She gets in the car, and as soon as she gets in, dude, I just fucking drop it and fucking peel the tires. And she's like, "Wow, you're an aggressive driver." And I was like, "We gotta be." And we start just peeling around Beverly Hills, just fucking shit up. I'm going for it. I'm really trying to legitimately fuck the car up.
Were you skidding out or just
Yeah, I was doing everything. dude.
hitting just bumps at full speed?
Fully.
Yeah.
Yeah, any speed bump, anything. I grinded a curb. I ran a
50-50
red
the
light.
curb?
Yeah,
50-50
50-50 the
the
curb.
backsmith.
50-50 the curb. I just, as soon as we got to like a red light, fucking run it. do all the bad
hey,
stuff.
I'm a biker, man. No, but go on.
Yeah, dude.
It's Beverly Hills, bro.
Anyways, this is
No
Beverly
one's
Hills.
biking.
No one's bike messaging around there. Anyways, and this is in
Watch out for
2000. So anyways, so I was just driving the car around, fucking shit up, and we get back to the BMW place, and this lady, her fucking hair was blown back, dude. She was not into it at all. And she was like, "Well, let's move forward. Let's do the paperwork and everything." And I was like, this car was fun. We've already been to like Audi and Jaguar and stuff like that. I was like, I want to try an Aston Martin. And she's like, "Oh shoot, well, let
You
me
gotta
know.
shop
Give me your card. She gave me your card and everything like that. And we're like, okay, well, we'll think about it. And I really fucking went for it. This thing had to go to the shop after I was done with it. And I really fucking went for it. And we get back and get out, say, thank you, goodbye. Get back, and they see us go to Matt's 1994 Honda Civic hatchback with Massachusetts plates. And they were like, foul. They fucking red carded us, like, whoa, get back here. We just fucking hopped in the car and took off, but they were like chasing us after the street because I fucked this thing up. And the only picture we have or anything like that is like Artie took a picture of me standing in front of the car. But I still think that was like one of the funniest things I got to do with Matt and Artie. I never would have done something like that had it not been for their encouragement. But in hindsight, I would say it's like good-natured fun.
I love that.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That BMW can afford it, I think.
Exactly, dude. They make tons of money, dude. One car for a bunch of guys from New England having fun in Beverly Hills, it's worth it.
They probably think it's worth it, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And if they listen to this podcast, which I'm sure they will,
They definitely
they're
do.
going to be like, you know what? Those guys had a good time.
Yeah.
The cars were, that was for fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we got to do a lot of funny stuff like that. They were really good about, kind of encouraging us in somewhat bad behaviors, which in hindsight are really funny because I probably would not have ever done something like that. So it was a good
They're
time.
such nice guys. It's funny.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
the
you really
thing
wouldn't
that
expect it.
makes it really good. Because Matt and Artie, the Coliseum, all the parents loved Matt and Artie.
Right.
Yeah.
But if they had any idea.
Wolf in sheep's clothing.
Precisely. Wolf in sheep's clothing, the ultimate. And if they had any inkling as to kind of what we were doing,
The
they would
chaos.
probably have been like,
The mayhem.
put the brakes on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was super fun.
But wait.
Did
What do you got?
Remember the Wakefield Park and Boston Massacre and that one kid
I
that
was
bought our video?
Oh, you mean that we ruined their Easter?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was-
yeah,
You wanna
we
go
ruined
ahead and-
Easter.
I mean, you know that story because you
Yeah.
were like,
I was
was a
going to
big-
ask you guys about the Boston Massacre because
Sure.
I don't know if you know
Fire
this.
away.
Boston Massacre, the PJ Lads Massacre turned into the Dave
Yes,
Vey, Colin Fiske
it
Chainsaw
did.
Massacre.
It did.
and me and Vey and I, we ran a basketball course. We dragged the ramps out. We ran a YMCA skate
We used to do
camp,
skate
and
lessons,
We built
believe it or not.
ramps and had fun until 5 a.m. in the morning. And we taught lessons, and there was this one boy,
Talking about Duckfoot?
hard of hearing boy.
Oh, no.
Oh, you're talking Duckfoot.
Yeah,
Um,
Duckfoot was awesome. He would
he
drop in with his, how
was
you're
a demon
skating?
child.
Sorry. Just one thing.
Duckfoot?
This guy put his, how you're standing on your skateboard as a regular skater, your feet are facing one direction. This dude would have his front foot facing straight ahead at his hardware, and he would skate like that. And I was just like, dude, you're going to fucking break your leg if you keep skating like that. But he did anyways, and I just thought it was so funny because like, how do you teach people how to skate?
Mike Fork?
No. Duckfoot, not fork.
Not tugboat.
Mm.
Yeah.
Just
But anyways, I
remember
like
Mike
that
Fork
stuff.
Skated like that.
No.
Did
But
you
anyway.
guys like the Boston Massacre?
You know what? I'll be honest with you. When I saw the first version of it, they had me skating to the song "Rock Me Amadeus," and I got very upset.
That song was awesome.
It
I love
is
that song.
awesome. It is great.
Yeah,
but
I
it was
do like
not
that
for a
song.
skate part. And
Sample-
also, a lot of the editing I would have cut out. If I was gonna make my own part with that video, because there was parts in that video where I was legitimately trying to do tricks, as opposed to just.
Let me
kinda
guess. You
goofing.
would have cut out Big's part. You would have cut out.
Nope. Big, you did a 540 flip in my part. That was a great trick.
Hell yeah, Big.
I would have kept Big in there, and I would have made my part about a minute long, because initially when they propositioned us with the idea of doing it, it was supposed to be like a 101 video in which it's going to be like a 10-minute video, which is, in my opinion, like some of the best ways to make videos, because you want to make a short video, people can watch it really quick, get psyched to go skating, and then do it from there. But unfortunately, I think they got kind of drunk or something like that when they were like editing the video, and it just kind of came out kind of crazy.
I loved it. I loved the format of it.
And it is cool. The format is
Yeah.
cool. Everybody had their kind of own video in the video, which
Right.
is kind of an interesting thing. And it's a lot of personality in there, but I feel like the execution of it could have been a little bit
Yeah,
better.
it felt a little rushed.
It
I don't know if it was or
kinda
not.
Weird. Yeah, it was kind
I
of
hated
weird.
my part. It's because
Did you film longer for the PG Lad than
I
Boston
actually,
Massacre?
when I filmed for that video, I didn't really care at all. And I was getting hurt a lot while we were trying to make that video because I was trying to do stuff that was out of my skill level, which was like, I didn't skate stairs at all. And I tried to ollie the 12 and I just fell.
But speaking of
Like-
the Welcome to Hell slam sections, I mean, you had one of the best slam sections.
Oh, thank you.
Top
I
5.
appreciate
It's in my top
it.
5
Yeah.
slam
Thank
sections
you.
of all time.
To this day, I have a giant
It's not
black
on
and blue on
YouTube.
my back right now. I get hurt a lot, but I don't mind it so much because I love skating so much. It doesn't
just
really
remembered the
bother
slam
me. I remember when I broke my arm and I was just like,
Yeah.
fuck it.
Shit was dangling.
Yeah, it was just dangling. I just ripped it back into a
Dude,
socket.
you were going down the other night just filming that
Oh yeah.
board slide. Oh, I
Yeah.
won't say the rest of the trick.
Yeah, thank you.
Combo.
Can you take
Thank
a photo of his bruise on his back and butt and then put it into the podcast?
Oh yeah, we'll put it in there.
Thank you.
The hematoma.
Yeah.
But like, you gotta fucking pay to play. And I just, that's one of the things about skateboarding, you know what I mean? It makes there's a certain degree of toughness that is involved in skating. And if you can't do it, then skating's not for you.
So neither of you were happy with your part.
Oh,
I
no.
wasn't really particularly happy with it because I could have, if it were up to me, because that was the thing too, is that we never got to sit down, not to take anything away from those guys. They knew what they were doing.
Oh,
but
I loved what they did.
we never really got to sit down and do the video parts with them. We never got to edit our tricks or do anything, because if it were up to me, I would have had like a minute part or like a minute and a half, because there were some tricks in there that I was pretty happy with, like 503 flip or 1.5 flip dark side. Some of the other stuff, you know what I mean?
Mm.
But I'm not
Sure that 3 flip out wasn't just like a pressure flip?
okay. It was kind of a pressure flip. My front foot had very little.
It was
to do
still
with
beautiful
It.
nonetheless.
Thank you. It shocked me when I landed it because
everyone knew it. There's just some things that you don't have to say, you know?
it's okay though. I'm not really ashamed of it.
I can only say it. You can only truly talk shit to your best boys.
Yeah, it's fine. I like that.
There's a lot of love
Is
in
that
this
key?
room. I
Yeah,
can
thank
sense
you.
it.
Through all the shit talking.
Exactly.
Yeah, the shit talking is important because like that's a part of a New Englander thing, is that we're really hard on one another, and you have to have tough skin. And that fucking, if you don't have a friend that's
It's
not going to
something-
tell you that wasn't a 3 flip, that was a fucking pressure
It's
flip.
about growing
That's-
up in
yeah.
Boston. It really
you have
is.
a good friend who can differentiate and tell you the truth.
Dave,
So
I
thanks,
want one
Colin.
story from you. And before that, it's about Boston Massacre.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
big requested.
Boston
but real
Massacre.
quick, I just want to talk about me real quick. I just want to say that I hated my part from Boston Massacre. Not hate, disliked. I like some of my tricks, but when I watch it, I wore my pants a little low, and this was early before I started buying women's stretch pants. So
my
all of
God.
my tight pants did not have. Don't cut me off. They did not stretch.
Trying to save you here.
So my legs were completely limited. So when I see my personal style,
Your personal style.
in Boston Massacre, all I see is myself being limited because of my fashion crisis.
Did you like your trick selection at all?
I liked a lot of my tricks, but
Yeah.
when I
Okay.
see them,
You had
all
great
I see it
tricks.
is that they got limited. Like my
Well,
legs got cut
Fisk,
off.
I'll say you had my favorite part of the video. I
Yeah.
gotta say.
Nice.
You know, believe it or not, I was once a sweaty and deranged fan of you too.
That's weird to think.
Breathy,
It's cool, thank you.
sweaty,
Weird
nasally.
to think.
Breathy. Yeah.
Now I almost consider myself an equal,
A sweaty and deranged equal.
a sweaty and deranged equal, but I was a sweaty and deranged fan when I first met both of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Hey, I'm still a fan
Thanks so
of both of you.
Yeah.
Tom
Nice.
Sello, you guys love
I'm
me and
fans
Vey
of
too?
all of you guys. You guys are great. You
Matt
do
does.
awesome things.
Matt loves
Anybody
us.
that's like
So if you could just
genuinely skating,
unzip
I
your
love it.
pants right now, I will drop to my knees and proceed the.
That's gnarly.
Yo,
Yeah, he really
Oh, I
got
would
the,
say, like,
story.
with-
The story I want.
the
Vic.
stretch
Yeah,
pants.
go.
Yeah,
down
what's the
quick.
story?
Okay, so what I was saying earlier, there was we ran the YMCA, and they would teach skate lessons to some like troubled. I was what do you call it when you go
A
to
mentor?
Misled youth.
School? No, when those kids they go to the special. I was a special student, special ed kid. He was like
Yeah,
a special
special
ed
ed.
kid,
Yeah.
They call it, well, back in my day, they called it sped, but.
sped kid. Yo, and they
Short
was
bus.
teaching. And then this kid, and then his mom came up to Vey, and she says, David, we love you guys so much for doing such a great job with our adopted child. And then she was like, what should we get him for Christmas? And then
It was Easter.
Easter. You ruined Easter. Oh my God. Okay.
Oh, yeah, you ruined
Vey,
Easter.
you take it from here. What did you say to his mom?
I think just to be a little bit more like self-indulgent and like move some inventory, I was like, you should buy the new video that we were in. It's called Boston Massacre.
Boston Massacre.
She's like, that sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
And she went and bought the copy, and they watched it on Easter morning after they
the
had done their
family.
thing with the whole family.
Whole family was there.
And
Grandma.
needless to say,
Gam Gam?
Gam Gam was there.
Hell yeah, Gam Gam.
She was there. You
Yo
know,
legs at Gam Gam.
everybody, and
Next lesson.
did not go over that well. And they were not very happy with the video, especially people eating puke or profanity and people covered in blood or whatever it was, right? And she came up to me and she was like, your video ruined our Easter.
No. She came back to David.
Yeah,
Vey,
she came back to
and
me.
she, with
and
the
she told-
DVD
yeah,
in hand.
with the DVD
and she
in
tried
hand.
to give it back. She's
Yep.
like, I want my money back.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
as
I
if
was
Dave
gonna
Vey
have the
had
money,
any
like-
of the money.
Like, please.
And
But yeah, she said that our video ruined Easter, which I think is really cool.
I thought it ruined Christmas, but I guess it was Easter.
Same kind of thing.
And yo, I love that it ruined their Easter. That makes the video that much better.
Yeah.
It's a really good video that
Yeah.
it ruined someone's
much more
Easter.
Well, did
Powerful.
the kid not like it either? Or?
I'm pretty
sure
sure
the
the
kid
kid
liked
liked
it.
it. I'm pretty
yeah.
sure the kid liked it, as most kids would like
I
seeing
think it was
that
the
stuff.
puke and
Yeah.
But
the
I think
part.
it was probably just the
pukings.
parents that were
Yeah,
not
just having
like,
it in the
into
family environment.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
thanks a
Which I
lot.
think is funny.
I
Because
was
I think
gonna
skate videos and parents, when they see it, is really funny. Because I remember the story Alexis told us about the first time she had shown her parents a skate video. And the first video she had ever shown them was the Hot Chocolate Tour. And it's Mike York's part when he skates the CB4. And I remember she was telling us a story about how her parents
That was
like,
just the
watching.
chocolate tour, not the hot chocolate tour.
Oh, I apologize.
I hate to.
I'm sorry.
I hate
dude.
to
Thank
correct
you.
you in the middle of the
Hot
podcast.
Yeah, the Hot Chocolate Tour is a totally different
Yeah,
story.
totally
It
different,
kind of
yeah,
involves
yeah.
the Coliseum in a negative
Right.
way. But like the I apologize. Thank you for correcting me on that one. The Chocolate Tour, and Mike York skated to CB4, and it was like could not have been a more offensive song, but it's great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love
It's
that
just
one.
the way it is, you know.
Yell exit to Chris Elliott, CB4.
Yeah, hell yeah, Chris Elliott, Cabin Boy.
Yeah, absolutely. I was gonna say I'm sorry that you guys weren't happy with your parts and
My pants.
didn't even put any effort into your parts because
Oh,
that was
did-
big.
No, we put
that was
some
Big's big video. That was
Yeah.
his big debut.
That
Yeah.
was the big
Oh,
Zo breakthrough.
big. He had
Yeah,
the
he's in the part.
line.
Yeah, he's in the part, dude. It's not like we didn't
The
like,
run.
try per se, because I think we were trying at some points, but I feel like it was just because we were under the pretense that it was going to be a short video, and that we were going to, do some other stuff.
I
And
loved
they-
it when Big pulled up in the video and he
Yeah.
smashed the shit with his blocks.
Thank
He
you, bro.
smashed
That's true.
boards. He looked
For-
like a muscled madman.
Forever, Artie would
Loved
tell me that Spanky ripped me off in Baker 3 after that video came out
Mm. I could see the similarities.
because he focused
Yeah.
his board with that rock.
Yeah.
And I focused his board with the cinder block.
Yeah.
Cinder block.
Biting your style, man.
So, what were your first impressions of Tom and I as the younger generation at the Coliseum?
Young kids. I remember meeting Tom, John, and Sean, the Tweak brothers, which I'm not sure if Southie had come up with a name, because I think it was a parody of like the Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers, which is Tom Penny had that board,
Right.
and I'm not sure if it was Freak Bros or Tweak Bros that was on the board.
So it was Tweak Bros on the board. Freak Bros was like a comic.
Yes, it was
from,
like a
like,
1970s
Playboy.
kind
Yeah.
of like psychedelic.
It was parodying
comic.
that, yeah.
Yeah, so that was like the parody of like the Fabulous Furry Freak Bros, and then it just so happened that like these three friends came down.
Little crew of clever
and
pranksters.
they were
is what I
really
call 'em.
we just
I like that about
liked
boys.
them, you know what I mean? They were really
Pranking.
cool
Always
kids.
pranking.
We just thought they were cool kids. And then
Pranks.
Nick came along, and I think Southie was the one that called him big, because he was just
So-
fucking big. You know
Because
what
I was
mean?
in the Bubs.
Yeah, you were in the Bubs.
Bubs.
The Bubs. And yeah, I just thought you kids were awesome. And these guys were, these kids were really into skateboarding, and
Yell
that's the
exit
kind of stuff we
Southie.
liked.
Did he gave you both wedgies, right?
Clearly
Yeah.
gave me a lot of
Oh
wedges.
yeah. Well, actually, I don't remember. I
Colin
can't recall.
Colin got beatings every once in a while, I think.
I mean, I remember the
Me,
confrontations with you, but
yeah. because I was more susceptible to that sort of thing because I was so easygoing and mellow that I just
Yo,
didn't want to even
we didn't
do
mention
anything.
Southie in all that fucking shit. He was in all the PJ videos, wasn't he?
Yeah, of course.
His parts were fucking awesome.
Yeah, he was awesome.
I love that shit.
That's
did all
why I
kinds of crazy
yell
stuff.
How the fuck
exited
did-
selfie,
Oh my
dude.
god.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just
You
yell
were the
exited
two
him.
reminiscing, dude.
Southie.
Yeah, he was a nut, but he was great. In hindsight, at the time, I really didn't
His
care.
part in
for
the 99 video
but
was
he was
really
great.
good.
Oh yeah, his part in the 99 video was
He
great.
was a necessary evil. A lot of
Yeah.
people they're like, get bullies out of this world.
No.
But he's a necessary evil.
Mhm.
He fucking helps people. He pushes people. He knows people want to jump down those stairs and land that trick. Somebody stopped trying the trick. He beat them up until they do the trick.
It's like when I know
That's a bully.
somebody wants to take drugs, I always have to pressure them into it.
Yeah, or sometimes just
Yeah.
You got to
Give it to
pressure him
them.
into doing the right thing.
What?
just give them the drugs.
Yeah.
You know.
Sometimes that's not enough.
Right.
You know, Southie has never done a drug in his life. He's
So-
never.
yep.
He's
Never
never
sipped
smoked weed. He's
alcohol.
never had alcohol.
Mm.
He thinks that's just himself. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Which I think is really cool. But yeah, skateboarding's not nice. Southie's not nice, and it just made sense. And I thought what he was doing was pretty cool at the time, and I thought he had a really neat trick selection. He was just his own person. But at the same time, I didn't really like him until I got older.
And you guys remember Dave Mull? I mean, he's coming here next weekend.
Dave Mull was a Southie find, dude. Southie
He's
was the
coming
one
where?
that initially told us about
He's going to
Dave
stay
Mull.
at the house. He's going to stay in your house. I mean, not your house.
Oh shit.
3 PBD. but
Dave Mull?
Matt's house.
Dave Mull's
Yeah.
coming?
Yes.
Just Dave Mull.
No, Man Ramp.
No,
Man Ramp.
Warble.
Yeah,
So
Warble.
not Dave Mull.
Dave Mull's
Dave Mull,
coming.
Warble.
So
He's
Dave
part
Mull
of Warble.
and
Come
Man
on,
Ramp
Colin.
is coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
maybe more.
Toxic Planet was one of my favorite videos on the Thrasher website. You seen Toxic Planet?
That's great. I mean, we should be. I've seen Toxic Planet.
No, you haven't.
No, I have seen Toxic Planet. It's a Warble video. Hold on one second.
Matt, Vey
Okay,
left.
dude.
You
Now
come in.
that Vey's
Vey's
gone,
gone.
let's just talk about how much he's been pissing us off
Oh
the
my
entire
God.
time.
Stand that kid. I can breathe. I can finally breathe.
Seriously,
Oh,
I don't
it feels
know
like the
why
weight
we
is
invited him on
lifted
the
off.
podcast.
I don't know.
and
This has been a
Oh.
difficult weekend.
Matt,
Oh
come
my
here,
God,
man.
were we scrapping for like the least fucking interesting
Oh, shit.
people that we could think of?
Well, yeah, that was our initial idea.
God, I know, but I mean to actually go through with
I'm
it,
so
It was
glad he
a
moved to
bad move.
Manchester.
dude, out of our hair. I mean, God.
I'm
After he
gonna have
keeps-
to.
After the first
how are we
fans
gonna
left
get-
video,
how
just
we
keep
gonna get
begging
him-
me for parts in the video. Wait, yeah,
We're like, when we're going skating later, how are we going to ditch him?
dude,
because
I
I
have
can't
no
skate
idea.
when
Can
he's
we
around.
say that- Can we say that we have like my cat's sick or something, and I need to like bring him to an appointment? I mean, I don't know what alibi you guys are gonna
Like, I'm
use.
always trying to skate, and he's always trying to fucking talk to me about some classic shit, some like it's the old days or something. I'm like, dude, I don't get to skate much, I'm always at work, fucking riding.
Yeah, I
Dude
can't
comes
talk
up
to you
to me.
about PJ's hair and
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah, we should go skate soon.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna wrap it up as soon as
Let's
Vey
get the
gets
hell outta
back.
here.
I'm just trying to get this off my chest to all these sweaty and deranged fans out there.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Vey's
So
back.
yeah,
Yeah.
I love
But,
the old Plan B videos. Those are cool.
They are cool. I also enjoyed them.
I understand
Tentacles
why
of destruction.
PJ and Ryan
Tentacles of
Gallant
destruction.
decided
You
to
guys are
skate for those companies.
Yes.
Oh, Vey, you're back.
Yeah,
Hey.
thanks.
Yeah.
You guys have a good conversation. What's out of the way?
We didn't talk about much. We were
really.
just talking about like kick flips and
Nice.
tray flips
Word.
and
Heel flips.
Heel flips. Heel
Yeah.
flips. Yeah,
I love
yeah.
heel flips. I'm a heel flip guy.
That's awesome.
You guys are rad. I love it. I can't wait to listen to the podcast.
And we can't wait for you to
Yeah.
listen to them.
So
So,
cool.
I mean, I don't know if there's anything to actually wrap up besides. I mean, so we talked
don't
about the
know. What do you guys
Boston
wanna talk
Massacre,
We have an
and
opportunity here to talk to Colin and I about all kinds of stuff. What do you want? What's some of the burning questions that you've always wanted to ask?
you know. Oh, you know what? The last burning question I have to
Sure.
ask is, why were you so mad when he was offering you blueberries?
Oh, I fucking hate anything healthy. I do.
So you actually just didn't want the blueberries.
No.
He wasn't just being annoying the whole night and then.
No, that was compounded with that.
Okay,
It's just
all right,
that the
that makes
idea
more
that he would offer me healthy food and the fact that he was being himself, which is hyper annoying, that definitely made me get really upset. Yeah, I didn't want any fucking blueberries.
Also, you were in the McDonald's parking lot, so
Yeah.
why the fuck would you want to get blueberries
Exactly.
if you were
At
if,
that
you're
point in my
hungry,
life,
you're at
I
McDonald's?
only ate fast food.
Yeah.
I was very dedicated to that, and I would only drink soda and eat McDonald's for a very long time. And some people might think that's a bad thing, but if anything, I think it helped preserve me because of all that,
Preservatives.
All the preservatives.
in
Yeah.
the food. It actually, I think, it really helped preserve me, and I think it helped me age well. So, kids, if you want a body like this, I strongly suggest that you eat McDonald's.
Sample
Yeah,
that bruise again.
We're gonna sample the brews. Hey,
Oh.
Vey, I just want to say, hey, thanks for being in the Fancy Lab videos.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys.
Also,
Thanks
can
for
you
having
just
me.
take a picture of Big's shins and add it into the podcast as well? Because I
Yeah,
always
we
like
will.
looking at
We
Big's
will.
Those shins are so rad.
Insert Big shin
Yeah.
pic here.
I like Big too because Big is like one of those people that can get hurt and he'll just keep going, and I think
Well,
that's a very
yeah.
commendable thing.
Oh,
It
yeah.
takes a lot to
definitely-
take him down.
Dude, those shins are gnarly,
Hours later,
Yeah, I
he gets
like
his
that.
trick.
I won't
Yeah.
break though.
4
I'm
hours.
unbreakable.
unbreakable.
He is unbreakable.
That's right.
Absolutely.
I like
He's
that.
in pain though. He's in pain.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I fall hard. The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
that's right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's any other funny
we're all in
stories.
pain.
Can you think of any other funny stories that you think people might have? Think they have any value? Because there is some fucking funny stuff. You know what I mean? Like lots of shit. This is like our opportunity to share that stuff with the world. What do you think, Colin? You're fucking drawing a blank here.
All right, why don't we get one last one?
Everyone's a good comedian.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone here and everyone.
Oh, I
throughout
got a
the
good story.
days.
I was on a trip with Artie. We went down to New Mexico, and we were skating down there, and it was a lot of fun. And on our way back, we were taking the train, and get on the before we get on the train, we would see this dude who had like his head was shaved except for the very top, and it was like a Sulot haircut, but it was like tied back, And we're like, "Wow, this guy's weird looking."
Are you talking about your boy Truth?
No, not my boy Truth. Dude, Truth was on the way down. This was on the way back. And this is when we met this guy named Willem. And we get on the train, and this dude had a briefcase. It had like a Devo sticker on it. I was like, oh, this guy's kind of cool, Let's talk to this guy. And we start talking to him, and he opened up his briefcase, and he started showing us all this anti-Bolshevik propaganda, as well as he had blueprints for sex toys that he was developing. But also, I noticed that he had grenades, like real grenades, in his suitcase, and that was kind of alarming. So,
As it should be.
as it should be, most people would be like, "That's kind of crazy."
Yeah.
Anyways, I asked him, I was like, "Are those real grenades?" And he's like, "Yeah, they're never gonna take me alive." And I was like, "Oh fuck." So we're talking, and I was like trying to be as cool as possible. And I was like, "This guy's gonna fucking kill us all." And I go over later on, and I tell Artie, I'm like, "Yeah, that dude, I was talking to him for a while. He's got grenades in his suitcase." And he was like, No. He just couldn't believe me. And I was like, "Well, whatever." So I sat back in my seat and like just fucking went to sleep. And he came back over a while later and like woke me up, and he was like, "Vey, that guy has grenades. They're real." And I was like, "I fucking told you, man. I fucking told you so." And once we get to Chicago, we're like this big station there, and we're getting off the train, and we see this dude get pulled off to the side with the cops, and I was just standing there, and Artie like grabbed me. He's like, "We gotta go now. We can't have any association with this dude." And he got taken off. But on that same trip, on the way going down to New Mexico, we made a pit stop in Mississippi at this gas station, and we went inside of the gas station, and it was super hot, and I just wanted to get some ice cream. So I was gonna buy some ice cream. They were gonna fill the car up, and we were gonna be on our merry way.
Ice Crizzle.
Ice Crizzle.
For
And
those in the know.
For those, yeah, now you're in the know. It's Ice Crizzle. So I grabbed some Ice Crizzle, and I went over there, and I also saw they had like these crazy leather jackets, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna get a leather jacket and just stoke everybody out." So I put like the jacket on, and I had my Ice Crizzle.
Ice Crizzle.
And I was just standing in line, ready to pay for it, and Artie comes running in, and he's like, put that shit down. And he like grabbed me and he's like, we gotta go now. I was like, what? So I took the jacket off and like, went outside, and there was like this black smoke just pouring out of the side of this building. And I was like, oh my God, what? And we look over and there's this dude on the ground and he's like shaking and his clothes are melted off and he's got like these big bubbles on his skin. And he was, from my understanding, an electrician that was working in there, and he got shocked and basically he got electrocuted, but he like electrocuted himself so badly that he was dying. And when you get electrocuted, you get cooked from the inside out. So we're seeing this dude like shaking on the ground and like hosing him down and shit. And I was like, oh my God, this is really tweaked. And this lady that was standing behind us, she was just like, my laundry's up there. She had like no care for this dude in the world. And we ended up taking off and like driving away. And there was like tons of black smoke, and we just saw like, ambulances going the whole time. And it was also on this trip that we ended up meeting this dude at the pool who invited us up to his apartment where he had a video store. So Artie asked him, he's like, do you have Twilight Zone? He's like, yeah, I've got all the Twilight Zones. So we ended up going up to his apartment, and he opened up the door, and when he opened up his door, his entire apartment was like walking into a Blockbuster. And he had all the movies there. And we're like, wow, this dude is fucking crazy. And then he's like, what are you guys into? And we're like, like horror movies. He's like, no. What are you into? The implication being adult videos. And we're like, not really, not our thing. And he's like, let me show you something. He's like, do you want to see adult Disney? And I was like, all right. And he opened up this closet, and the first thing that my eyes gravitated towards was a cover of a tape with a girl's feet covered in shit. And I was just like, whoa. And he's like,
that was
yeah,
Disney?
He's like, he called it adult Disney, which is like, his slang for pornography. And I was like, oh shit, I'm all set. Don't need to see that. And then we ended up getting the Twilight Zone from this guy. And he was like, oh, but by the way, anybody that comes in and rents a movie from me will also get a popsicle. So he opened up his fridge and gave us popsicles. And we walked out of this guy's place, and I opened up the popsicle, and I was about to start telling Artie, I was like, man, that was fucking weird, huh? And then Artie was like, what are you doing with that? And I was like, I'm about to eat the popsicle. He's like, let me see that thing. And he grabbed the popsicle and he just threw it away. He's like, you really gonna fucking eat that shit after what we saw? Oh, you just got attacked by the cat. Yeah. But yeah, that was just like some of the stuff that just would happen on these trips. That was really smart of Artie, because I would have just probably eaten the popsicle.
I thought you were going to say it was in the shape of a cock.
Yeah, I thought that the whole
it's
time.
very,
Right
it was
when you
very
mentioned
phallic.
popsicle, I was like, it's good shape of a cock.
It's going to be the shape of a cock, yeah.
It was very phallic.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was
we were all
okay.
thinking it.
That actually had never occurred to me until you just said it right now. How bizarre that was.
Didn't you meet Jeremy Klein in a video store?
No, I didn't.
That was us.
I didn't,
that was me.
Yeah, that
me
was
and, like Matt Roman.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
At Blockbusters.
I met Jeremy Klein in Korean barbecue.
He was what the fuck was he renting? He was renting some shit.
No, he made fun of you guys for
Hunting?
watching Good Will Hunting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it wasn't my choice. I didn't rent the fucking thing. I don't even want to talk about
Yeah.
I love
it.
him. What's
we
up, Jeremy?
saw him at
I
some
love
famous
Klein.
street skating banks. The ones where he nose blunt, or Muska nose blunt slid or something. Somebody's nose blunt slid some shit. Greco nose blunt slid it. That's who it was.
You're talking about the barrel banks.
Yeah. Yo,
Those things are
I
crazy.
gotta go skate.
I tell you, dude, I could talk for hours,
Can I
bro.
re-
We're
can I
going to
just say
have to
one
invite
thing?
you both back on the podcast.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
Just
guys
to
just
wrap
come
it up.
back.
I mean, you guys
Yeah.
can wrap it up after me, but my personal wrap up.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Like I'm hanging with my boys all the time. Dave Vey, all these boys. Like people go to New York. Like, I remember the old days, how it used to be. I'm just saying that if everybody had bicycles with like a front rack to carry their board, when you go bike around, you can bring your bike on the train. You can dip into every alley, behind every house, behind every building, and you find more skate spots that way. And when you finally get to just throw your board off the rack, your legs are all warmed up, blood's ready, all circulating, you're ready to go, and you don't have to pay for parking.
This doesn't have a board.
Yeah.
rack
You don't have
on
to
his
pay for
bike.
parking. I'm just saying. If
You don't even keep your
if
board in
Matt-
the van.
Matt and Big. Oh, just listen to this. Matt, Big, Tom, Vey. If we all went out on bikes,
Hey, listen,
with
everyone
racks,
should bike out there, but
if we had boards on our racks, we would find so much more spots, and we'd be all our
so
blood would
many
be
more
circulating.
spots.
Yeah.
Blood would be circulating. We'd be.
Please, I'm
having
not even
more
going to
fun.
listen to you after
You know what I would say, though?
Vey's
Like, I mean,
grammar,
that's-
and then you
that's
say that
good.
shit.
But I would say that, kids out there, I'd say that you probably should
You're
just
gonna
go ahead
find
and
more
ride your
spots.
skateboard and
No,
go
no, no,
skate
no.
from spot to spot.
Yeah, but
'cause
no,
that's the
no.
best way to
You're not
skate.
going to find as many spots.
'Cause you want to be a skateboarder.
No, it's fine cross training, you know. But
Yeah.
I'm not into cross training at all. I don't do
Vey's
anything.
anti-cross training.
I've never
ladies and gentlemen.
exercised in my life.
The anti-cross training.
I've never.
But
I don't ride
everybody
bikes.
wants
I
to
just
see
skate.
more Vey spots, Vey parts. Everyone wants to see a full Vey part.
I would like
true.
to,
I would
but
love that.
I just.
Will you go out
my
on
whole
bikes,
thing is I
boards,
just
video
skate
camera
a
one
lot,
day?
but I don't bring my
just
phone.
give me one day on
Yeah.
bikes with front racks.
So-
Throw your board. Oh, you looking down like, get a bike with a front rack. Toss the board on the rack. You guys give me
This
one
is
day
so
like
typical of you two.
We can't even have
okay?
one
yeah,
day.
this is.
Can we just?
We can't even go out one
we can't
day.
even
Everybody
have a
on
nice,
bikes.
We can't even have a nice little wrap
No,
up.
I
We
go
just
out
have
with
to-
Colin gets
me and
into
Orange
is
Man
just
go
like-
out on bikes.
knows it pisses
I go
me
out with
off.
Orange Man
You're
on
trying
bikes.
to justify.
This is just
This
like
shit.
you
Why is this
two
pissing you
playing
off?
Mario Maker.
Because, dude,
Why is this pissing
it
you off?
Always will come down to it. It's because you know.
Me
that
and
I
Orange
love
Man go out on bikes.
That's great for
and
you,
we go-
Orange Man.
Great, have fun.
That's how you find spots.
Dude, but
Everyone's
when you-
different, and
everybody's
everyone
different.
has their
I
own
am
spots
just
to get
like
spots.
more of a
Perspective.
purist in
No,
the
you
fact
guys
that
get
it's
stuck
not
in a
like,
parking
Okay.
lot
Parking lots
all
are
the
fun.
time.
Just
and I
because
love
people
getting
don't
stuck in a
agree with
parking
you
lot.
doesn't mean your opinion isn't valid. Doesn't
Yeah.
mean that the Vey's
but
opinion isn't
precisely
valid.
is that you're saying this stuff with like 100% confidence that you're like.
I'm
It's
just saying,
the
give
only
me
thing
one
that
day.
makes
You
sense.
guys won't give me one day. Everybody goes out
Dude,
on
I've
bikes.
given you plenty of days. So look
True.
at you.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, dude.
You guys give me one day. The whole Fancy Light crew,
All right.
unannounced. We go to all
right,
around
fair
town
enough.
unannounced with our
And what
boards.
are you gonna do for us?
Yeah.
We don't
You gotta
typically
get
announce
one
where
day
we're going
where
you
around
just
town, you know?
skate
I'm-
non-fucking stop.
Yeah.
How could I?
I'm a big numbers
We're
guy,
trapped in
and
the
like
van
I
all
would
day.
love to see how possibly our stocks
I
could
love the
rise if
van.
we went out on bikes.
It's funny in the van. I get to practice.
Yeah, being in the
freestyle, but
van
I-
is the funniest shit.
I
and,
like
like things will happen in
body
the van.
doesn't-
But
We'll,
like,
we'll see how much
I'm
you
more-
skate going out
like,
on the bike.
yeah,
Fist.
I
Yeah,
like
we'll
skating.
we'll see.
with the
You know
crew.
what? You know
with
what?
the crew.
Yeah. We'll go on the bikes. We'll see how
see.
much you skate. Okay.
Thank you.
That was good.
I'm
Jason,
never gonna
Jason
do
Dill.
it.
Yeah.
What did you say?
That was my Dill.
Oh, man.
Oh,
I
shit.
sold you that bike
Dude.
for what?
Fist just punched
$100?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
You
dude,
sold me a-
Vey's
you
arm
sold me a
looks
bike
broken
with
right
that.
Oh
now.
my
Yeah,
god.
kids.
I think it is
Beautiful
broken.
bike.
I was
Yeah,
popping it
that
back in
always has
place.
flat tires.
And you go, yeah.
He just popped it back
Yeah,
in
he's
place.
good.
Okay.
But I love you, Colin. I love Colin. He's the best.
Oh,
he can punch me.
broke the same fucking.
Oh,
dude,
dude,
now we're getting
no.
to a fucking all-out fucking brawl.
They're fucking shit.
Oh, did you hear this? Oh my god,
Give me a
my
good
new
one. Give me a good
Patreon
one.
viewers out there. This is
Now
too
give me a taste.
violent.
Oh my god. All right, we should go skate.
Yeah, let's go
Okay, you
skating.
know what? I just want to, just to wrap it up, I just want to thank
Matt,
these two legendary skaters for being on the podcast. David Vey and Colin Fiske, friends forever. Best
Yeah.
friends
Thanks,
forever.
Big. Yeah.
Thank you, Big.
Yeah, honestly, you
Thanks
guys
for
are
getting
both
that van,
so
driving
sick.
us around in that van.
Yeah.
All these great
Yeah,
places.
you better praise
you're
the van.
welcome.
The van is awesome.
I'm just saying
The
one
fence of
day.
that van is
I'm just saying, give me
the
one day.
best.
See what happens.
All right, we're gonna kick your ass right after this.
Okay. Thanks
All
a lot, guys.
All right, we got to get a tourniquet for Vey's arm. Anyway,
Yeah,
thanks.
because there's
Things-
some heavy,
Yeah, my
heavy
arm's-
bruising happening
Yeah,
there.
I
Fist
just
really
fucking-
laid it on him.
Thanks.
hey, yeah, and thanks for being on the podcast.
Yeah.
And until next time,
Just remember, kids, skate for fun.
and keep
Because
and keep
you have to
skating.
keep reiterating that skateboarding is fun.
I know. It's
Oh, and eat healthy.
Don't eat healthy.
No, don't. Just
Drink
do
soda.
do the first one.
There
Do
we
the
go.
first one.
No, you can eat healthy.
Well, if you
Drink
want,
lots of agua.
that's your prerogative.
Agua.
Yeah. Do whatever you want. Just keep that positive mental attitude.
Cool.
Yeah.